Welcome to the WAN Show. We've got a great show lined up for you guys this week. Video games, it turns out, are more accurate than we thought. Also, bad movies. The password for the Louvre, for part of their security system, was literally Louvre, which,
nice.
You know what? I like it. Nice and easy to remember. No one on staff will ever forget that.
You wouldn't have issues logging into things if that's what our passwords are like. If your password for Teams was just Teams, your life would be better.
Also, I'm going to talk about my experience at the airport with a total jackass.
That's one of your announcement topics.
Yes, because travel sucks enough already, and I don't need to be getting in an argument with people before 6 a.m. over things that they are completely, objectively 100% wrong about.
Oh boy.
That's what I don't need.
I have no idea what this is about, but the fact that he's that juiced up and we're not even into the show yet is, I don't know. It's both exciting and concerning at the same time. It's been a heck of a week for YouTube, and we're going to talk about that. We unfortunately can't talk about the things that I saw today, but there's other things going on at YouTube. And also,
find the good news. Find it. You can do it. You can do it.
Stop Killing Games?
Sure, yeah, that's pretty good news.
Stop Killing Games petition was debated in UK Parliament, and we'll talk about that.
The WAN Show is brought to you by Squarespace, AMD, Rove Lab, and uGreen, alongside, of course, our wrap partner dbrand, our laptop partner Dell, and our chair partner Balterx.
Oh my goodness.
They apparently genuinely don't like this, but hey, there's lots of other podcasts, so they'll get over it.
Silly goose.
What do you want to jump right into?
Well, what was the title topic was the Louvre thing. Let's just do that.
Yeah, let's do that. This was prepped by Mr. Jordan Block from the writing team. If you've ever been disappointed by terrible security practices depicted in your favorite media, video games, movies, books, and you've gone, ugh, come on, this isn't even plausible. This totally wrecks my suspension of disbelief because there is no way that, insert institution here, be it a bank, a museum, or even your local library, could be so careless as to just have the password be the name of the, oh my God, it happened at the Louvre. The investigation into the October 18th broad daylight heist of more than $100 million worth of jewels from the Louvre. I'm putting it on the quotes because I think a lot of the valuation of it was kind of sentimental, right? Is that correct? Am I missing something here? Because I thought it wasn't actually worth that much in melted down gold, right?
I feel like that's true.
Anyway.
As far as my understanding goes, they targeted things that you could sell if it was melted down. And the assumption that I heard was just in case it was too hot to move, they could just melt it down and sell it for its materials.
Anyway, the investigation revealed some stunning lapses in security going back at least a decade. A 2014 audit by the French cybersecurity agency found that the password for the video surveillance system was apparently Louvre. Louvre in all caps, and other security systems had equally trivial passwords. A follow-up audit started in 2015 and concluded 2 years later reported, and this is a quote, serious shortcomings included outdated and malfunctioning security systems. Documents from 2025 indicate that the museum was still using unsupported security software purchased in, and I kid you not, 2003, running on Windows Server 2003. Even extended EOL for Windows Server 2003 R2 was July of 2015, 10 years ago, and mainstream support ended 5 years earlier than that. Now, our discussion question, and I'm going to draw Dan into it. Nice hoodie, Dan.
Thank you.
Nice hoodie, Dan.
You look great. That's a weird thing to do with it.
I'm showing off the new pockets.
Good. That is wonderful.
I'm a normal person.
We know.
Nice sweater. Flap, 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 flap.
Yeah. Okay, he's going to keep doing it. Wonderful. So,
TC Tuggers, everybody.
do you guys?
I'm hot, okay?
Do you guys want to have a little bit of story time?
Sure.
Yes.
Talk about just some sort of egregious security things that you've experienced, like at work, say for instance. Hopefully, Luke doesn't have too many stories because
Linus.
he hasn't worked too many places other than here. I can talk a little bit about NCIX.
I did something stupid at my last job as well.
Oh, sure. You want to go first?
Oh,
Yeah, sure. When I was an inexperienced systems administrator and I was running AD at my last job, I exposed port 80 publicly so that we could have remote desktop working. And the main editing server, video server, and a NVR server ended up getting overtaken with like fake ransomware. They didn't actually have ransomware. The pop-up just said that it had ransomware.
Oh my God.
And then they were also using it to like scam old people by creating hundreds of like Facebook accounts. So
yeah.
they
Look
didn't
at me.
change.
I am the botnet now.
Yeah, they didn't change any of the passwords. It was just like full botnet server. I just logged in and everything was fine, and I saw all this stuff and I went, oh, okay, well,
that is, yeah. That is,
Oh no. Okay.
it ended up being totally fine. So no lessons learned at all.
Neat. Okay. My story was going to be about NCIX, where, Luke, you might remember this. There was probably about a 50-50 shot that if you typed netlink 888 into a password field, it would just grant you immediate authentication into whatever system it was you were trying to access.
oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, but okay, in fairness, password managers, were they a thing yet? Not mainstream anyway.
Really kind of extremely non-mainstream and really annoying to use ones were. But like corporate level, like I don't really think so.
Like, it's a legitimate problem. There's a reason
Not that I remember.
people would put passwords on Post-it notes, and that people would just like, or have them on a sticky note on their keyboard, or whatever the case may be. Like, or sorry, I meant
we've
to say
been
monitor.
talking.
First time.
We've been talking about our password manager management and little things like that slightly over the last little bit. And I was visiting a company recently and asked them, like, I don't know if you can answer me, but what do you guys use for password management? And this was a big time, big money company. That's what
Yeah.
I'll say. Their answer was, we don't.
Even big time, big money companies have like normal people working at them that just, quite frankly, can't be arsed.
Yep. Like they were legitimately like, I don't know, like Google keychain or whatever. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
all right. Now I did continue the conversation because I was like, all right, that doesn't really sound 100% correct.
Well, I'm sure the IT team uses stuff.
Well, yeah. So it's mostly SSO, which did make a
Okay,
lot of sense. So
that's
a lot of these
fine.
companies can kind of force a very large amount of their accounts to be done through SSO.
But-
and outside of that, they do have a key. They have they have some like service sharing thing, which sounded really cool. But for most of your accounts, it's just local.
Wow. I mean, you know what the thing too though is that most accounts, and okay, this is man, we are like minutes into the show and I'm going to say something super controversial. Most accounts
I know where you're going.
don't really matter.
Yeah, I was right. I don't even really disagree.
But like
A lot of it's pretty unimportant.
Dude, I don't want 2FA on some stupid like game service that I used to buy one game that I use for benchmarking.
Especially if we can probably recover it if anything
Yeah.
goes down, and if it does get stolen,
Then it's like-
if someone has it for like a couple days,
it's $30
realistically, the
worth of
impact is
League
zero.
skins. Like, I just don't care.
Well, no, like our benchmarking accounts to be more valuable.
Oh,
than that
no.
these
Our
days.
benchmarking accounts, we should. We absolutely should. But like personally, right? Like I'll have services that are just, they're badgering me to implement 2FA, or in some cases they even force me to implement 2FA. And I'm just like, bro, you ain't that important. My password for you is literally the name of the service. The password is Louvre 88. Like, I don't care.
I wonder how many people are going to start using that as their like throwaway password.
You're on to me.
I don't know. There's like that, like one of the, I'm actually not going to get into it because I don't need to talk about our security practices, but there's a certain amount where like if we're really being honest with ourselves, it's not all that important. And for this company, I don't think they're just like stupid. I suspect it's that type of thing where for things that are genuinely really important, they have SSO. Yeah. And for a couple other things, they have like a lot, not very common, but they have a system where they can like share creds around.
Yeah.
But it's not really a password manager.
Like if someone,
outside of that, just whatever.
If someone got into our Shutterstock account, let's say, okay, the worst thing they could do, because like we'll have payment information in there, but it'll be obfuscated.
It's obfuscated,
right?
Yeah.
So they could find our corporate address, which is on Google Maps.
Yep.
They could find the name of whoever admins Shutterstock for us, which realistically, it's probably still under Edsel. Like, whatever.
They could up your subscription tier.
Yeah, they could spend a bit of our money. Like we
can probably get back.
Which we could probably get back. So like at the most, they could waste a little bit of our time. Now I'm not saying our password for Shutterstock is Shutterstock 888 or whatever.
Shutterstock Louvre.
Yeah, Shutterstock Louvre. But I personally wouldn't care if it was. And we had no 2FA on that account because I don't think it matters. Where you run into trouble, though, is that any policy that is to apply common sense and use 2FA where it matters and not use 2FA where it doesn't matter relies on everybody involved having common sense, and you can't. If your policy was, you wouldn't need policy if everyone could follow common sense policy. I think that's maybe mean, but also probably fair. We've got some other good stories in the chat. Hold on, where is it? Yeah, Funny Hats in Floatplane chat. Is he frozen, Dan?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Wow. He's just... okay. Funny Hats in Floatplane chat says, I remember going all the computers in Tiger Direct and typing in Tiger to get in. I mean, yeah, especially back then, like in the late 90s or early 2000s, that really doesn't surprise me that much because, and okay, I might out us a little bit here, but for benchmarking computers in particular, there are a handful of credentials that people kind of expect to see on them because otherwise it would be chaos. Like if on every computer that we unboxed on Short Circuit, Logistics frickin' signed into a Microsoft account, like that would be potentially a nightmare. Because if for whatever reason, whatever account someone uses got deactivated or we didn't have access to it or whatever, it just sucks. It sucks to have to do a full reset on these devices. Oh, Luke, I see you're in chat talking about one of our topics today. Do we want to get to that one right away?
I can talk about it now.
Yeah, why don't we get into that right away?
So there was let me scroll to my topics. I threw a couple notes in there. It's pretty straightforward though. Floatplane, there was a back-end update on Floatplane trying to reduce tech debt and do some other things that included a little bit of human error. Unfortunately, we're not better than, Amazon, Cloudflare, Microsoft, and all the likes. Said error resulted in some users being charged multiple times, generally up to 4. Which is clearly not good. We've already pushed a fix, so it shouldn't be happening anymore. And all of those users have been refunded. If you don't see it in your account yet, it might take a little bit. Banking sometimes has delays.
Can that be a topic today too? Like
that it's so freaking slow to transfer funds around?
Yeah. Like around the world, like how How so? Okay, because I can't reconcile this, Luke. On the one hand, you've got scammers that are able to bilk people out of like millions of dollars in some cases, or companies or whatever, and the money seems to be just like irreversibly, like immediately gone. And then on the other hand, you've got, I'm trying to transfer some funds from one Canadian bank that we bank at to another Canadian bank, and I have to wait like 3 to 4 days. And I'm just like, brother, no, but seriously, how many bytes of data is whatever authentication key you need plus the dollar value of the amount? Like, what year is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how to deal with that.
I honestly don't know. I know, like, to pay my credit card off can genuinely take many days sometimes. Like, I am pretty sure I've had it take like 4 days before, which is sketch and resulted in me like prepaying certain amounts just to make sure I don't get dinged and like all this weird stuff.
Oh, dude, I used to do that all the time back when I was responsible for paying my own credit card bill. Love you, Yvonne. But I would just like, sometimes I would just transfer money into my credit card, because sometimes it was a few days before transactions would go through. And I would just like, I'd have extra money in my savings or my checking account. And I'd be like, well, I don't really need this. And realistically, I'm going to spend money on my credit card anyway, because already I was. Same thing. So I'd just be like, yeah, I don't know, Scott, I'll put a couple $100 in there, because that way, if I did spend a couple $100 and like it hasn't shown up yet, and then I like forget about it for a month, because that could happen, then I won't pay interest on it.
Yeah, so just to keep going through this
it's
topic,
not financial advice.
But yeah, we pushed the fix. It shouldn't be happening anymore. All users have been refunded. It might take some time to show up in your account. I know for sure that a bunch of users have already seen the money show up in their accounts. So hopefully that's happening to you. If it doesn't happen to you and you wait a little bit and it's still not there, please reach out to support. We really do want everyone to be taken care of.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about this. We apologize.
Conrad helped.
Go for it.
Conrad helpfully pointed out that payments are dated. So if the transaction doesn't go through for 4 days, it's still marked as the day you submit it. But it's still like, there's still a mental toll, right? Because you're sitting there not knowing if you've received it. And for all the good it does you that we dated it for the day of the refund or whatever, it doesn't help give you peace of mind that you've been sorted out. And it doesn't help us immediately know that, oh yeah, we've got all the bugs sorted and we've got, the bugs are sorted, but it doesn't help us immediately know if all of the attempts to process these refunds have actually gone through, because not every funds transfer goes through successfully. So it just is a long delay where instead of us being able to go, okay, here we go, one shot, yep, we've sent them all, confirm and let us know you're good. We have to go, okay, well, we sent them all. Now we play the waiting game.
Yeah. Okay. Going to keep going through the topic. We have at least one frustrated user in the Floatplane chat. Some people have experience of waiting months. What the heck? That's insane. If you got something like overdraft fees or whatever, reach out to support. We'll try to help in some way.
I actually don't know if we can do anything about that.
We can't do much, but we can probably give them free time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that could work.
We can try to help in some way. I would kind of caution, just like, if it's that tight, maybe just don't. But,
which, to be clear, is not us, trying to shirk responsibility for this, but also it is a position that we have.
Take care of you.
It is a position that we've taken before, that if money is super tight, you should use it for food.
You can always cancel now and come back later.
Yeah.
The exclusives will be there. So you'll be able to go back and watch the ones you might have temporarily missed or whatever. We're not trying to push people that hard, I really appreciate all the subscriptions. It's very meaningful. It helps keep people at Floatplane employed, all that kind of stuff. It's great. It's fantastic. Thank you for being subscribed. It makes me sad hearing that, and I don't want people to be in that situation.
Luke doesn't want to be sad.
Yeah.
Don't make Luke sad.
Yeah, this is selfish. This is
all
for
about
me.
Luke.
It's not for you.
Hold on,
This is
I'm hitting the
purely
button.
only for me.
Move the button. Move the button, Dan. You got to move it.
This is. I actually don't care about your financial situation. I just don't want to be sad. Okay, so figure it out.
It's still on me, Dan. You know what? It's probably fine. Indonesian and Floatplane chat says Western Union is shockingly fast and cheap for anything below $10,000. It's nearly instantly transferred. And I guess that's my point, though, is like, I can't go anywhere in a major metropolitan center without tripping over Western Union locations. I shouldn't need Western Union. Like, it should just be easy. It should just be built right into my banking app on my phone, and I should just be able to just do it to anywhere. I don't get it. You wouldn't like him when he's sad.
I would also say that with this update, there is a good thing. Peter pushed a feature enabling auto-generated subtitles, which is cool. They're not currently GPU accelerated, so we'll have to switch that over later, and we'll make them like higher quality at that time. They're pretty okay for now, though. Creators, including us, would still be would have better subtitles if we generate them ourselves, but it is there. So nebulously in the future, this will get better, but hopefully that helps things.
Oh, that's cool.
But just to be clear, I'm a little bit confused. There's some people talking in Floatplane chat. You don't have to file tickets to get your refunds. You don't have to. It would actually be bad for us, but I mean, you do you. You don't have to communicate with your credit card company to get refunds. You don't have to do anything. We are issuing the refunds for you. We are sending the money back. You don't have to do anything. It's all being handled.
Hey, Luke.
Yeah.
What are we using for these auto subtitles? These are really good.
Whisper.
Really?
Is that one auto subtitled, or is that one an uploaded subtitles?
Oh, good question. I don't know.
Yeah, not sure.
Do we do uploaded subtitles?
I believe for some videos. That's not a process that I'm super a part of, but I know for some videos that they do.
I mean, this one didn't have a script, so there would have been no convenient way to do it other than watching the video and then...
Well, we have built, Tyler, a while ago, built a UI for using Whisper because the editors didn't want to use command line, which is understandable. Yeah, okay, so Tordirk is saying, historically, you only upload for Floatplane exclusive. I don't run subtitles myself, so I'm not super up to date on which ones we do and on which ones we don't.
Oh,
I just know that
Chewy's in the chat. Chewy's in the chat. He says, we only do manual subs on Floatplane for exclusives.
So that one would have been auto-generated.
Yeah, wow.
We are also, just so people know, we are trying to run this on all of our backlog over time. A ton of the backlog already has it, but not 100% of them. How often do I use a specific card?
How did it get shmoo, Luke? That's really impressive.
Whisper's fantastic. Yeah. So this is a feature, and you think it's good now. It'll be even better in the future. So yeah. Hopefully, let me make sure I'm reading this right and not saying things that Peter's going to be mad at me over. Give me 1 second.
Wow. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. That's pretty cool. It's spelled shmoo right. Yeah, Chewy just confirmed that specific video is auto-generated in the CMS.
Cool, nice.
Because and it was getting things like GPU right. The YouTube auto subtitles have been kind of a mess. Do we have any idea what they're using?
I have no clue. Probably not Whisper, though, because Whisper's from OpenAI.
Got him.
So I seriously doubt it. Let me see. What did Peter say?
Wow, super cool.
Yeah, it's running Whisper Small right now, which I believe is, if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I've messed with Whisper, but if I remember correctly, that's not their best version. So once we get to GPUs, we should be able to run better than that. Let me see. Whisper quality settings. Yeah, model size. They have tiny, base, small, medium, and large. Larger models are more accurate but slower. Smaller models are faster. The large model is the most accurate but requires a GPU for practical use. So we're running small, which is kind of in the middle. Because
So
tiny and base are smaller than it.
tell me something. We have that meeting that we've started doing on, I think it's a monthly basis, where it's like a
Yes, sir.
cross pollination of video ideas meeting. Like, should we be doing an LTT where we build like a Whisper GPU server and we huck it in the server room? Like, can we just?
Yeah, we want to.
Okay, and we
That
could
was
just.
a project.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'd be so down.
Which got like kind of semi-canceled due to reasons, and we're trying to get back because we want to do more stuff than just like, Whisper translations.
Sure. Yeah, I'm down.
There's also like, let's look at CPU versus GPU transcoding in 2025 or 6 by the time it actually happens, if we're being honest. But let's look at what are the quality difference these days. Because like the standard knowledge when we started Floatplane was like CPU transcoding was the way because GPU transcoding looked like junk.
I don't think that's true anymore.
Because as far as my understanding, you're right. Or maybe there's a difference, but it's so minor that users aren't going to notice. So
That's my understanding.
We could transcode on GPUs that would go way faster. I would love to say cheaper. I don't know if that's true because card prices are just so through the darn roof. It's an interesting thing.
The cards you need to video transcode aren't necessarily that, well, they're expensive, but not in from a commercial use standpoint. They're not that ludicrous. Like you're not gonna have to go and spend $5,000 on $50,000 on an H200 or something like that. I really don't think so. Like that's just for AI. Like at most you'd be picking up like a Quadro equivalent, whatever they call those these days.
I feel like there's been knock-on effects that have made a lot of things really expensive. But I mean, I'm also pretty interested in, I don't know, getting the budget for this or getting people to send us cards might be pretty annoying, but it would be really cool to do it across the vendors as well. What's that Intel thing, that Intel cluster?
Battle
that has a really
Mage?
cool name.
No. What is it called? No, Battle Mage is just the Battle Axe? No. Dang it. Intel Battle 4 cards cluster. What's it called? Battle Matrix.
Battle Matrix, that's it. Such a sick name, dude. Oh my goodness. Like it'd be fun to try it out on Battle Matrix, see what happens. I don't know. It just that would be cool. I would like it. I don't know how many people are going to be that interested in watching it, but I think it would be really fun. But yeah, auto-generated subtitles. Hopefully that's helpful for people. And it's been chugging through the backlog for a while now. And yeah, check it out.
Yeah, but I guess, even if we finish the backlog, there would still be a benefit to us building like a badass server to do it because that way we can do it again with the larger model. And then as it improves, we could do it again and then we can keep refining it.
Yep, because just like Chewy pointed out, it does become not as great when there's like a group conversation. Like it's definitely not always perfect. It has its downsides, but yeah, it's pretty good. It's a lot better than nothing.
Yeah, super cool. Okay,
and honestly, like you said, the YouTube one is really not great. So
so that's what we're up against.
Yeah, exactly.
Dan, what are we supposed to be doing?
About topic 2. Topic 3.
Sure. Yeah, we can do it. We can do a third topic. How about we talk about my terrible, awful, no good, very bad morning at the airport? So I had a recent trip down yonder California way, and I was on my way back. As part of this trip, I had to bring with me some electronic devices, just for reference, right? And so I ended up I think you know this, Luke, but I almost never travel with a check bag. I don't like the hassle of having a larger bag. B, I don't like my stuff being away from me, just because it's super stressful having to worry about when I get to the other side. is my luggage actually going to be there? So if there's anything I can do to avoid it, I will not take anything more than a personal item backpack and then a carry-on bag. In fact, actually, even my recent trip to Asia, where I was gone for 11 days in Japan and China, I took only a little roller carry-on bag. Arguably, by the end of it, I could have smelled better than I did, but it's better than not having your luggage in my book. And I've traveled enough over the years, and I've seen kind of everything that can go wrong, and I've seen how it just kind of always seems to go wrong, and I hate it. Anyway, the point is, on this recent trip down California way, I had to carry a checked bag because of all the electronic devices that I needed to bring with me for reference. I had a couple desktop computers. I had a couple of like mobile devices. Anyway, going down, totally not a problem. But I had a 7 and something a.m. flight, 7:30 or something like that, or 7:20 a.m. flight coming back. So I had to be at the airport a little bit before 6 in the morning. And I go to check in, and I put my bag up on the weighing thing, and he's like, oh, you're 2 pounds over. I'm like, oh, shoot. Okay, well, like, it's 2 pounds. Does it really matter? And he's like, yeah, is there anything that you can take out and put into your backpack? I'm like, oh, all right. So I pull, because like, it's so, I'm sure the airlines have reasons for doing things the way that they do them, but I think Lufthansa is the only airline that I have ever seen where they even weigh your personal item.
And they're so intense about it, dude.
Dude,
crazy.
Have we ever told the story of what we had to do that one time?
I don't think so. Every time I've ever flown with them afterwards, I've had like a minor amount of trauma where I'm like holding my bags up, trying to just like physically determine if they're overweight, and like I'll put a crazy amount of stuff in my pockets. I'll just like jam my pockets full of things. It's like, no, I'm not going to be overweight, especially if I'm by myself and I can't do what we did.
So there was 4 of us, and a couple of us were way overweight and a couple of us were way underweight. And we basically were like, okay, well, does this matter? Because on average, we're underweight. And they were like, yes, it matters. So at the bag check, we opened up all our luggages and then balanced around all the crap in them. Put them all back together and then put them on the weigh station. We're like, okay, did this make a difference to the plane being able to take off or not? Anyway, that's a whole separate story. So anyway, I'm like, okay, well, like, does the extra two pounds matter? He's like, yes, it does. I'm like, okay, fine. As I'm like getting ready to like open it up and rebalance, put some stuff into my backpack, he goes, do you have any electronics items, any fuels, any sharp items, whatever, like the standard questions that they ask you. I'm like, oh, well, I do have some electronics. And he goes, oh, well, you can't have any of those in there. And I go, what do you mean? It's like they don't have batteries. And he goes, well, you can't have any electronics in your check bag. And I go, no, I'm quite certain that it's fine to have electronics in my bag as long as they don't have batteries. Like I have a desktop computer. I am so glad that I had the presence of mind to say I have a desktop computer. Because if I had told them what my real concern was, if I had said my entire check bag is packed to the gills with electronics, I don't know if I would have gotten on my flight. Because I went back and forth with this guy, I kid you not, over half a dozen, probably over 10 times. Like, just having probably the most inane conversation that I have ever had with a retail worker of any kind. I haven't even gotten it out of the bag yet. But I basically, by this point, I'm going, hey, no, I really don't think that's right. And he goes, I'm telling you, sir, you can't have any computers, you can't have any electronics in your bag. So I happen to be at a bag check. So I pick up the piece of paper that's sitting in a plastic stand and I go, can you show me on here where it says I can't have any electronics? And he goes, I'm telling you. And I'm like, right, I hear you telling me, but what I really need you to do is show me on here where it says I can't have electronics. And he points at it like vaguely. He goes, right there. And I'm like, hold on. That says electronics with lithium batteries. It's a desktop computer. It doesn't have any battery. And he like cuts me off. He interrupts me. He goes, I told you there's no electronics. I go, okay, look. Like by this point, I'm just like, okay, 2 deep breaths. I would like to speak to a supervisor. He goes, I am the supervisor. And I go,
no.
And I'm like, okay, then we really need to resolve this.
Someone higher than.
Because this does not say no electronics. It says no electronics with batteries. And he goes, sir, I'm done with you. And he like basically throws my passport down onto the counter. And I'm sitting here going like, this is actually pretty fucked up right now. How you can be a supervisor at Air Canada handling bag check and not fucking know that if someone is trying to move an electronic device, like how would anybody have gotten to like LTX whale lands in the past if there's no way to check a computer in a luggage?
I mean, we've flown with computers a ton of times. We've flown with cameras and stuff too. We just take the batteries out. Like it's not.
Well, yeah. How would a documentary film crew ever do anything if you couldn't? If you couldn't check electronics in a bag, you think they carry them all? So this guy literally. So by this point, I'm like, well, look, no, I have to fly. Like we're not done here. Do you want me to take it out and show you? He goes, well, I don't see how that's going to help, but fine. So I pull it out. I have this desktop computer. I'm like, this is it. And he's like, yeah, you can't fly with that. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me right now. Yes, I can. He's like, I'm not going to argue with you anymore. And I'm just like, so what do you want me to do? Like carry it? He's like, fine. I'm like, okay. And like realistically, like I could have phoned Air Canada support and been like, can you explain to this fucking asshole that like I'm allowed to take a computer in my bag? Like, but I don't know if I would have made my flight. I don't know how long that would have taken. So instead, thankfully, again, I had the presence of mind to not disclose that my entire bag was full of electronics. So I opened it up like so he couldn't see into my bag, took out the one computer, closed it, and was like, well, now I'm underweight. And I had to carry this stupid fucking computer with me. I'm sitting there at the gate at like a little cafe table with my stupid desktop computer on the table while I'm eating my French toast at SFO. And then I go and I get on the plane, and it's a good thing I had the commuter bag. Right? Because if I'd had the OG backpack, I was on the tiniest like tin can plane coming back here that had no room in the overhead for anything. Like it was completely full. So if I had the OG backpack, I wouldn't have even been able to fit the computer under the chair in front of me. But I was able to put the computer down there, put my backpack onto it. And I'm just like, come on, man. It was amazing seeing all this. Everyone in the chat during the intro of the video was like, when Linus says someone's objectively wrong about something, it means subjective. No, that is not. That is not true. Maybe it has happened on occasion, but no, I was objectively right. There is nothing wrong with flying with electronics in your check bag. It's batteries that are the concern. And this computer was so old, it wouldn't have even had a live CMOS battery, let alone any kind of like lithium pouch cells or anything like that. Unbelievable. And Padpada, or whatever your name is in Floatplane chat says, did you call Air Canada after? They can track the guy down and give him some education. Yes, I did. I sent them an email or like I filled out their form. I gave the guy's name and I was just like, look, this is not, I managed to get on my flight. This is not about like retribution or whatever, but he does need to know, because if he's supposed to be the supervisor that is handling people's checked bags, then he needs to learn either the regulations or he needs to learn to read. I didn't say it that way. But I basically just said he needs to familiarize himself with the regulations for what is allowed to go in a checked bag, because this could have been very disastrous for my return home. Man, every one of my recent trips has had something. Dude, did we talk on WAN Show about CCC yet?
CCC?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So my recent trip to China, I got a really nice battery bank confiscated. I was really frustrated. It was a really expensive one, like one of those big high cap, I think uGreen makes it, and it was like 45 or 60 watts power delivery, so I could run basically anything I wanted off of it indefinitely, like ROG Ally or like my laptop or whatever.
Why was it confiscated?
So it was confiscated because in China, they have it was not because it was more than 100 watt hours scrappy DP. It was airline safe, so it was like 99.98 watt hours or whatever. But they have a new regulation in China called CCC, and they no longer accept any kinds of international certifications for the safety of lithium battery devices. But the really, like, I don't mind rules and regulations, right? Thoughtfully applied rules and regulations help keep society functioning. They help keep people safe. They can do all kinds of good things. They can also do bad things. But they can also just be arbitrary and kind of stupid. And in this case, I don't know, man. It feels a little arbitrary. So rather than accepting, what are some of the other ones? UL has like a certification for battery banks, I think, right? CSA, actually, I don't know if CSA is the Canadian one. CSA, I don't know if they do battery banks, but a lot of the time in Canada, I think there are categories of products that you don't have to have CSA as long as they have like an accepted international one. What are some of the other ones? No one in chat is throwing any at me here, but whatever. The point is that, various countries have various certifications for these devices. And in general, as long as it is certified by some sort of reputable body, it's fine. Now, in fairness to the Chinese authorities, there have been some incidents, especially recently, where there have been some lithium batteries that have exploded. And Anchor had that recent big controversy where they had to recall like how many millions upon millions of dollars worth of battery banks because they had some issues with the cells.
Yeah.
But my problem with all of this is that the way that CCC works is that it's a stamp on the outside of the device. Because I was looking all this up because I got my stupid battery bank confiscated, so I was trying to figure out what the heck was going on. And all they checked when I got through security was if it has a CCC stamp on it. But as it turns out, the only way that you can verify if the CCC is actually valid is you have to enter a serial number into a site to check. But nobody was doing that anyway. And here's where it gets even more arbitrary. You are allowed to, because I flew into China with my battery bank, obviously, right? So you're allowed to fly into China without a CCC battery bank. You are allowed to fly out of China without CCC on your battery bank. The only reason I ran into trouble was because I was taking a domestic flight. So I can fly on a Chinese airline into China, over the water, on a long flight, and that's totally safe without CCC. I can fly on a Chinese airline somewhere else, and that's totally fine. But if I do a little 1 hour hop within China, well, you have to have CCC. You don't have CCC, you don't got shit, boy. So I was a little frustrated.
That guy got a free battery bank, dude.
Little frustrated, and I'm not the only one. I mean, Chinese citizens don't always express their frustration with the Chinese government super vocally because, might affect their social credit score or whatever else. But there has been a fair bit of frustration over CCC because I think manufacturers only really started producing CCC certified battery banks like last year, 2024. So functionally what it did was it made every battery bank before like a year ago e-waste if you hope to travel with it. Because, and this is the really, really frustrating part for me, it apparently applies to trains as well. Like on an airliner, I get it. A fire is actually a disaster. in a pressurized tin can, ripping across the face of the earth at, tens of thousands of feet above the surface, right? Like that, yeah, that makes a ton of sense to me. On a train, like I have a battery bank in my backpack, like really? I don't know, man. Like, yeah, obviously a lithium fire anywhere is bad. But at that point, why not ban them from cars? Why not ban them from buses? Why not ban them in the library at school? Like why are we drawing such an arbitrary line?
Yeah, it's lithium batteries are interesting. They're terrifying, but also everywhere and not generally a problem. So it's strange.
Yeah.
Battery fires on planes are brutal.
Oh yeah.
So like I get it. Yeah, I don't know.
You're
I kind of
blue.
get it. I understand a country wanting to have more control over that, but it seems inconsistently applied.
No, Euro Blue. I didn't talk to anyone about social credit score. I was mostly memeing. However, it is very clear in public interviews with people in China that they are more careful about what they say than people in some other places. I was reading this really interesting interview with this guy he's like a Chinese Donald Trump impersonator. Have you seen this guy?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna see who did the profile of him recently. This guy. This is great. He's got the body language nailed down. You guys should check out his videos, but his interview is very fascinating because he's extremely careful about not getting his social channels taken down. He's like, yeah, I'm not trying to offend anybody. This is not political. I'm just doing a voice. That's all. No, really though, it's not political. I'm not trying to insult anybody. Please, nobody get me in trouble. It's just a voice. Like really leans into it. And maybe his fear is totally, unfounded. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't live there. All right, Dan, what do you want to talk about next?
Why don't we do a couple merch messages and the CW stuff?
Sure, we can do that. So if you're new, merch messages are the way to interact with the WAN Show. Hey, there's one right there. Look at that. All you got to do to send a merch message is head over to LTTStore.com. Looks a little something like, boom, this. Whoa, we got some promos. Look at all these banners and promos and all this exciting stuff. But we'll get to that a little bit later. First, I'm just going to show you guys all you got to do to send a merch message is add this fine, juicy piece of chicken to your cart. Head on over to your cart. And when we're live, you'll see a merch message. You just go ahead and fill in what you want to say to the show, put a nice little color, decide if you want to have your first name and last initial or if you want to be anonymous, and go ahead and place your order. It will go to producer Dan, who will put it down there if you have a little shout out, or he'll reply to it himself, or he will curate it for me and Luke to answer. We like merch messages because they're kind of like what streamers do, where you throw your money at the screen and maybe they acknowledge you, maybe they don't. Except you get fine, high-quality merchandise in the mail regardless of what happens with your message. Dan, do you want to show us a couple curated ones to show how that works?
Yeah, sure. This one's from an add-on. Any smart home content coming up soon? I find it to be super entertaining.
Yes, there will be lots of smart home content. I still have to fix my house, and in addition to that, I think we're going to take a pretty different approach to the tech house that we are in the process of shopping for right now. So Colton actually has a list of 5 houses sitting in my inbox right now. I've been a little bit busy this week and I haven't gotten a chance to get to it. And email is a totally valid way for him to send me a task like that, Luke. So I have 5 houses that I'm supposed to review. And once I do that, I think the first episode is going to be going around and kind of shopping and comparing. And I mean, I feel like this is one of those things where as much as it would be prudent for us to take our time over a span of like a couple months and shop till we drop and find the perfect house. I mean, the whole content is we're going to fix it up anyway. So I'm kind of, I haven't told anybody this, but I'm kind of leaning, okay, if we have 5 finalists, we go see them all in one day and we make an offer. And that's the stakes for that video. So we make an offer on one of them. So that'll be the very first episode. And then the second one will probably be, okay, let's take a deeper look at this thing and kind of lay out some concept of a plan.
An idea for a plan at the very least.
Yeah, and then it would be kind of fun if we put our plan on a big poster board or something like that, or we made kind of a task list of everything that we wanted to do, and then kind of draw a few things out, and then at the very end we pull the poster board back out, we pull out our cardboard list, and we go, okay, how close did we get? I'm really looking forward to it. And I think we're going to take a bit of a different approach to the smart home stuff compared to what we did at my house, where it's very DIY. Whereas I could see us finding a decent ecosystem that isn't too overpriced and locking into an ecosystem for something that we actually intend for someone else to use. As long as that ecosystem allows local control. Okay, that will always be that will always be a red line. Always red line. I was
like, ooh, don't like that. Cool.
Yeah. No.
Okay, let's go gambling.
What?
Let's go gambling.
Let's go gambling.
What are you guys talking about?
Don't worry about it.
Let's go gambling. As video content creators, how long did it take for y'all to get used to your faces being on camera? Why said let's go gambling?
I don't know. Oh, there's been some discussion on the subreddit and other various places about the current promo that we're running. So why don't I just interrupt and talk about the promo that's running on LTTStore.com. We are kicking off November with a holiday loot drop. That's right, my friends. Spend $100 or more on LTTStore.com and you will have about a 1 in 10 chance to win a prize until November 26th. That is an estimate. We do not know for sure because we don't know exactly how many people will enter, but it is an estimate. You can win either a pair of Sennheiser HD 550 headphones, like the ones that I am wearing right now, or if you're really lucky, you'll win an Asus ROG Xbox Ally. That says Ally, but this one is black. Is it the Ally or the Ally X? Somebody please hit me with the answer fast.
I'm pretty sure it's Ally X.
It's the X. It's the black one, the performant one. Cool. That is pretty solid odds for buying stuff that you might have been thinking of picking up anyway, like the Glitch desk pad, which is now available on the US site. It's also a great excuse to talk yourself into hold on. Where? Oh, what? I'm a little bit confused. Oh, I need to refresh the page. There we go. The WAN hoodie. That's right.
Yeah.
It's WAN V3. It's back and redder than ever in true WAN Show colors as voted by you. You may not remember this, but we actually put this to a community vote ages ago asking, do you guys want another black and orange hoodie like our previous WAN hoodies in the past? Or do you want us for once to make a WAN Show garment that is actually in the correct color scheme for the WAN Show? The WAN Show has always been red. It was never actually orange.
We just put LTT colors on the hoodie despite it being WAN Show, which is a different color scheme. But,
the community over... Okay, see, this is funny. Breakdown 1923 says, that isn't red, though. Okay, here's the thing. Our perception of color is affected by all the other colors and stimuli around us to the point where this is really funny. Back before we had, real graphic design people and stuff, we used to have, I think the tech was red. Luke, is that right?
That sounds right.
The point is, even though LTT actually has orange as its pop color, we had to make it red on here, if I recall correctly, because otherwise it didn't look orange. Orange looked yellow or something. Like there was a whole issue around it.
It was the logo that was off. It's been a long time since this was an issue, but the LTT colors on the forum had to be wrong in order for people to think that they were right.
Yeah.
Because they looked, and like this was not one or two people. This was effectively everybody. They looked super wrong just due to the other colors that were around them, and we had to do something about it. I think that might still be a thing. I think the logo, I wonder if you like, if you snipping tool the logo on the forum and go into like paint or something and eyedropper the color and then paint it a bunch, is it actually our orange?
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Well, you want to do it right now?
Not really.
You can share your screen.
It's not that interesting.
Sounds good.
But at some point it was like that, where it was like red. And then Ed was working on some other asset. And I was like, whoa, why is everything red? And he's like, oh, I just eyedroppered like the forum banner header. And that was when the investigation started. And I was like, what the heck is going on here? Because our accent color is orange. Anyway.
Look down in the corner right now. Like, it's clearly red.
Okay, very funny. Dan, put it back.
I'm trying to make it orange. Fine. No fun allowed, WAN Show.
Messing with everybody. Okay, there's also a ton of other cool upgrades. Yes, there are slightly fewer pockets, actually, but the pocket placement is much more intentional and streamlined. For example, instead of having 2 Kanga pockets and accidentally sticking your hand in the other one, we just made it 1. And we changed how the zipper is embedded to reduce any chance of the adhesive pulling off. We also added a zippered chest pocket. Where are you at? There you are. Right there. Yeah. Zippered chest pocket. We switched the sides of the arm pocket to make it easier to use for right-handed people. Sorry, lefties. Sorry, southpaws. To make it easier on right-handed people who are the majority. I'm sorry. And we made the back pocket back here even bigger. We also changed up the fabric. It's a heavier weight cotton terry. Feels more premium. It's also a little bit warmer. And we improved the hood. It's now a 3-panel design that just sits a little bit better on your head. We also made it a little bit more fun. We made the draw cord tips hexagons because they're the bestagons, and the eyelets are shaped like a bestagon as well. And obviously, it's red and gray, voted by you. We even did a newsletter blog post on it. Make sure you subscribe, by the way, to the LTT Store newsletter. Yeah, the old one really was quite orange. This is like the OG one. And then there was this one. And then, oh wait, did I call it? Oh, sorry. So yeah, reimagining the WAN hoodie. The original launched all the way back in 2016. And that was basically just because I had this Nvidia hoodie that I really liked from G8 brands. And I was like, okay, I just want that. But like, instead of black and green, I just want it orange. And then we did WAN hoodie V2, which was even cooler. Then, was this V3?
That doesn't look...
No, that's still V2.
Right to me.
Yeah, we only ever did... Yeah, here we go. And so this, finally, is V3. Man, it's a really nice garment. So there's the hexagonal draw cords. Here's the original poll. So we polled you guys. You decided you wanted accurate WAN show colors rather than OG WAN V1 with LTT orange accent. And look how good it looks! Ah!
Yeah.
Is that awesome or what?
Yeah.
Okay. What was I supposed to be doing? Oh yeah, let's go gambling. Right. So there's been some discussion that the promo that we're running right now is gambling. The promo that we are running right now is not gambling. The promo we're running right now is a sweepstakes, and it's a perfectly normal thing for a retailer to do.
And it's also not a gambling disguised as sweepstakes. It's just actually a sweepstakes.
As is required by law, it is open to people who do not place a purchase. Here's all the instructions and everything like that. But no, it's a sweepstakes. You make an order for the amount. You are entered to win a sweepstakes, and that's a perfectly reasonable thing. It's not gambling because what you're doing is you are buying a product, and you are going to get the product. There is no outcome where you just lose all your money. It is not gambling. Y'all need to relax. We are still anti-gambling. Hamnetics says, please make the mandatory sweepstakes skill testing question answer Louvre. Question, what is the password? I love it. Okay, what was the rest of this merch message?
Let's go gambling. As video content creators, how long did it take for y'all to get used to your faces being on camera? And how did you figure out what to do with your face when you're not talking? My understanding is you mouth along with the prompter.
Thank you for that, Dan. That's very helpful. I'm trying really hard not to do it.
I couldn't imagine. It's difficult.
Thanks for that.
He just has to be the one talking. So even when he can't be the one talking,
and it's in the wrong spot, Dan.
As close as possible.
It's in the wrong spot. You got to move it back.
I'm always on the wrong thing.
There we go. Nice, solid. Man, it took me a really long time. Like, I never really had to edit my own videos, so I didn't really get used to that. I never watched them because I filmed them, and I didn't have time to do any kind of QA in the earlier days, which sometimes caused problems, as you guys probably well know.
What?
I think I've only really gotten used to it over the last few years when I've watched a lot more of our videos for QA. Beyond that, and even now, WAN Show in particular, when Yvonne puts on WAN Show next to me, I'm like, bro, turn that off. I can't listen to my voice for an extended period of time like that, especially at 2x. Oh man, I don't know how she does it. I'm like, I'm right here. If you want to talk to me, I'm right here. She's like, yeah, but I'm trying to catch up on what you were talking about before. I'm like, just ask me. I'll happily talk to you rather than listen to me talk to you. Please. How about you?
Was the core of the question what is it like seeing yourself on camera? I don't care. I don't get juiced up by it. It also doesn't affect me. I remember when I first started, I'm talking whatever. I don't even know what year it was at this point. Whenever Linus and I first started working together, I remember him commenting that hearing himself is very odd. I think I was editing a video and I had it on speakers or something, and he was like, listen with headphones. I don't want to hear myself. And I was like, what? Why do you care? It never mattered to me at all. And then I was actually somewhat surprised when later on I figured out that that's a thing for a lot of people, and I was the weird one.
Yeah, you're the freak. Got him.
I guess it just it has never bothered me. It also I don't know. It's just
he just likes the sound of his own voice. He just likes the sound of his own voice. No, it's in the wrong spot again.
Just also
thank you. Oh, he's
I saw you reach for it. I saw you reach for it.
Nice.
I'm just gonna leave that.
We should get one for Dan. Nice assist.
Yeah.
Because that was a nice assist.
Dopamine.
All right. What are we supposed to be doing right now?
More topics.
Yeah, let's do some more topics. What do you want to talk about, Luke?
What do we got going on over here?
I don't know. It was a heck of a week for YouTube. We could talk about that.
Yeah, let's do that. YouTube appeared to be ramping up its focus on paid memberships this week after several users on the LTT subreddit reported that when they clicked on a video, they were met with pop-up ads for the feature that had to be closed before playback could begin. That's very annoying.
Especially because we disabled it at significant cost to us. Oh, this is interesting. I'm so sorry. I'm about to derail us. Look at that.
Cool. I'm so surprised.
I didn't think it would be a ton, but I didn't think it would be zero. Disabling YouTube memberships caused literally zero of our old members to migrate over to Floatplane. Yeah. And we had a theory back when we enabled YouTube memberships in the first place. It was our strong belief that it would probably be mostly incremental. The people that were going to subscribe on Floatplane were going to do that, and the people that were going to do it on YouTube were only interested in using a payment method they already have with a platform they already use. And I wasn't surprised that, we didn't just migrate everybody over from YouTube memberships to Floatplane. I was surprised that it appears to have been literally zero. That was
Well,
that was a downer.
It had been communicated for a long time that like the better experience was on Floatplane. Like the advertising was pretty in your face about that. So I think most people that would have moved over had moved over.
Yeah,
I mean, I had a conversation with some creators today talking about. They were asking the question of like, if we had an external platform, should we turn on YouTube monetization? And I lamented about how annoying it is having the YouTube, not YouTube monetization, sorry, YouTube memberships.
Yeah.
I lamented about how annoying it was to have the memberships thing shoved in your face all the time. But I was like, if you don't care about that, then theoretically, yes. Because there is a relatively large amount of people that just will not leave the primary platform, whether that primary platform is YouTube or Twitch or Kick or whatever their thing is that they're watching content on. There will be nothing that will get them off of that platform. Most people that use the internet use like a very small amount of websites and do not go out of that circle.
Yeah, you've talked about that before. It's kind of wild, but it's so true.
Yeah.
Like I mean, not gonna lie, my Safari right now has, let's see, 5 tabs, and those 5 tabs are probably most of what I look at on a typical day.
Yep.
Got LTT Store, LTT Forum, LTT Subreddit, LTT Store Analytics, and I'm tracking gold pricing. And normally it would be down to 4.
Are you doing the tracking of gold pricing on like a Google thing?
Nope. Goldprice.org.
Oh. Okay.
Yep. Hold on. Where were we at? Oh yeah, right. So yeah. So for me, it was just a little bit frustrating to have people upset at us again about this memberships thing when we actually took a very measurable financial hit to have YouTube stop harassing our viewers about memberships. So for them to have a bug that went and like put LTT memberships in people's faces again when we already had turned them off and it wasn't even an option to subscribe to them really sucked. It was the insult to injury that I was not into. Not into.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah,
it's a little bit funny.
Maybe to you.
It's a little funny.
We had thousands of YouTube members. It was like tens of thousands of dollars of revenue a year, Luke.
I don't think that part's funny. I just think
right. Well, then tell me the funny part, Luke.
I think it's funny that you turned it off and then it got shoved in your face anyways. I think that's funny.
I can appreciate the irony, but that doesn't mean I have to agree that it's funny. I can appreciate an unpleasant irony.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll laugh about it soon. Maybe I'll laugh about it once YouTube fixes the memberships feature and makes it so I can control the promotion and we can turn it back on and we can build it back up. Maybe then I'll think it's funny.
Do you think that's coming?
I don't know. Look, if I thought that it was coming on the near horizon,
you would just left it on.
I wouldn't have turned it off.
Mm-hmm. Because convincing people to resubscribe will take time.
Oh, dude, it'll take frickin' forever. That's just like gone forever now. So very frustrating. Yeah, Ameria, agreed. It would be super nice.
How many other people turned it off? I know of one other creator. Like was it just us and them and that's it?
Yeah, I think so.
Because at a certain point, like, are we even helping?
I don't know, Luke. Sometimes it's not a matter of helping or not helping. I think it's just
principles.
Well, I don't even think I'm not even gonna say that this is like a principled stand or anything. What it is it's just simple. Our audience really didn't like it. And at the end of the day, I mean, you've been there in the recent meetings that we've had, sort of talking about our company core values, right? And one of our core values is the audience is our guide. And so how do we live our core values? How do we say with a straight face that we live our core values if we take a bunch of feedback that is showing up in our inboxes, it's showing up on the forum, it's showing up on the subreddit, it's showing up in the YouTube comments, that people are saying, hey, I really don't like the way this memberships feature is getting crammed down my throat. So how do we say that the audience is our guide if we ignore feedback like that? We can't.
Yeah.
And that ties into kind of ties into one of our other ones. Listen before you lead is another one of our.
I don't know if that's entirely fair all the time though, because if you blindly listen to the audience at every single point, regardless of cost, then you wouldn't have ads on anything.
But that's why it's guide,
ads, because they love those.
That's why it's guide.
But that's what I'm saying is like with some users complaining, that doesn't mean that you just have to do it.
Well, but it wasn't just some users; it was a lot, and I agreed. That's a huge thing, right?
There you go.
You gotta apply a filter. I agree, it's annoying, and we had people internally.
To be clear, I'm not talking about this specific case.
Sure.
I'm not saying like we should turn it back on. I'm just saying I'm speaking generally.
We have to try to put ourselves
sparked by this case.
We've got to try to put ourselves in the position of a viewer and kind of go, okay, yeah, like, do I have any intention of subscribing to this? Okay, then why is it cluttering up my interface?
It was really annoying for me.
Yeah.
I know, like, I'm a premium subscriber to YouTube. LTT, funny enough, gets a decent amount of money from me from my premium. It was everywhere. It was honestly very annoying. At the very least, like, let premium people be like, yo, I don't want to see this.
Yeah. Well, and that was part of the feedback.
It's literally ads all over my screen when I pay to not see ads all over my screen.
And that was part of the feedback I gave to YouTube as well, is I don't think premium members, or not members, excuse me, premium subscribers should be seeing this. I don't think it's necessary. And at the very least, give me, the creator, control over that. Like, if I want to spam people who have premium by telling them about, YouTube memberships or whatever, then that's on me at that point then, if I alienate the audience. But don't do that on my behalf. Then I have no control over you harassing the audience to buy something on my behalf. I don't like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, and we had an earlier version of our what are they called again? Core pillars, the thing,
core values.
Core values. Thank you. We had an earlier version of our core values that was the audience is the boss, and we got some pushback internally when we did like focus groups and stuff, and that was my wording, was the audience is the boss, and I think where we got a bit of a disconnect internally between some people and sort of my interpretation of that is I always took my boss's instructions as sort of guidelines. I was not a very good employee in the sense that I just did exactly what I was told and followed orders. Like, I always kind of, I've talked about the story of how we, LTT, our NCIX Tech Tips started in the first place. It was only when he asked me the second or third time, I can't remember exactly how many times it was, but the first time he asked me to start a YouTube channel, I ignored him, because a lot of the time he would give me waste of time busy work that wasn't necessary, and if I just didn't do it, and I did stuff that added more value to the company, then I'd get promotions faster and I'd get paid more. So I would just ignore stupid assignments. So it wasn't until he gave me this stupid assignment multiple times that I kind of went, okay, fine, I'll do it. But that was always my approach. So to me, audience as the boss meant that it gives me instructions and that I rely upon it for the gainful employment that I enjoy. But just because it tells me something doesn't mean that I absolutely do that. It means I have to apply a common sense filter. But I've always been a little stubborn, bullheaded, whatever. Let's not get into the words to describe Linus right now. It's not necessary.
Sure.
And I can see how that word could be really intimidating, or could put other people in an uncomfortable place, especially when the audience is this nebulous, multifaceted entity that out of one side of its mouth, right, because it's made up of many people, can be telling you this is the greatest video I've ever seen, and then out of the other side of its mouth, at the exact same time, you'll have two comments, one after the other. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. This is trash. You should probably retire. Right? How do you deal with that?
I can't believe new LTT is like this. They've lost the old ways. And then another comment saying, I've been waiting so long for an old video like this, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think a great example of this is stuff like the Craigslist video wall, right? Or that $30,000 cooler that Charles Fugger brought up here is like right back to back. It's very polarizing, right? You'll have people saying like, this is classic LTT. I love it. They're goofing around with like cool stuff that nobody else would get a chance to get their hands on, and we can enjoy it vicariously through them. And then the next one will be, oh, look, it's Millionaire Linus showing off his rich kid toys again. Where's their more down-to-earth content? And it's like, how do I build a content plan around that, right? And so I can understand why internally people were looking at it going like, okay, boss feels like a really strong word, and I wouldn't want a boss like that. So after much deliberation, we settled on guide, more like a lighthouse. It's a point that we can use for navigation, but if we go right toward it, we're going to end up in the rocks. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Enigma Blade says, I'm a lighthouse. Thank you, Enigma Blade, in Floatplane chat. Appreciate you. What are we supposed to be talking about right now? Oh, yeah, right. You were in the middle of, it's been a heck of a week for YouTube, and I totally went off on a long side quest.
Yeah, I have no idea how far I got into it.
I think one line.
Probably.
Cool.
I'm just going to redo it because I think that was genuinely like 20 minutes. YouTube appeared to be ramping up its focus on paid memberships this week after several users on the LTT subreddit reported that when they clicked a video, they were met with pop-up ads for the feature that had to be closed before playback could begin, which is like obviously incredibly annoying. LTT writers reached out to YouTube and they told us it was a bug, which, okay. Doesn't seem way too bad then, I guess. An annoying bug, but hopefully that doesn't keep going. YouTuber Enderman had his entire channel terminated after the platform mistakenly connected him to a different channel that had received 3 copyright strikes. Enderman appealed the account termination, and it was obvious that no human had actually reviewed it, which led to him tweeting about it, garnering attention, and eventually getting the decision reversed. Ugh. YouTube took down multiple videos by YouTuber Cyber CPU Tech, that worked around Windows 11's installation restrictions. Initially, YouTube rejected his appeal, claiming his content was in violation of its harmful or dangerous content policy. Since garnering a bunch of attention, Cyber CPU Tech has had his videos restored, and YouTube denies that the removal had anything to do with automation.
Okay, so then did they explain why a human moderator removed it?
Probably not. Discussion question. In an environment where AI is increasingly being used to moderate content, how do you think LMG's videos may need to change?
Well, I can tell you already, I don't go full Carmageddon when I'm playing Cyberpunk on camera.
Yeah,
but that's more around their policies.
Talk about that?
We talked about it last week. But
okay. I wasn't sure if that was on the show.
Yeah, mass violence against civilians is no longer kosher in video games for YouTube uploads. So I'm just gonna walk around pacifist style and only pull a gun on the cops if they pull a gun on me. That's my line. That's my line. In Cyberpunk. This is really annoying.
In Minecraft.
Okay. We very often, Luke and I will kind of go off on like Microsoft Teams being kind of a steaming pile of shit.
Oh, yeah.
And we will get people just
all the time
baffled and confused in the comments. Like, how could you ever say anything negative about my weird purple baby? And this is the kind of thing that I'm talking about. Okay. So let's get on the
Dude,
thing.
the bug where you schedule a message and it shows up as sent.
Don't worry, I'm coming to schedule messages. Okay, so on my Teams right now, I have the one and only Sarah Butt. Okay, I wanted to send her a message. Hold on. I wanted to send her a message that says Lighthouse pin for audiences our guide. I really don't know how well this is going to work. Yeah, that's not, whatever. The point is, I wanted to send her a message. Lighthouse pin, audience is our guide. I'm right-clicking on send, right? Because I would like to schedule the message because it's, pretty late on a Friday. I don't think she's in office right now. And it says, you'll be able to schedule messages
Yes, I've talked about this on WAN Show before.
After you send your first message. That's what this error says. You can clearly see last week when I sent her Sir Ability, or I asked for Ability, because I emailed her Sir Ability 2 can, and she teamsed me back Sir Ability 2 can with his top hat, and I was like, OMG, chat loves it. We have clearly corresponded before. So, in conclusion, Teams. Actually, I like that. Can we switch to just calling it Steams?
In conclusion, Steams. I think it's too close to Steam, so people won't like it.
Oh, man. Irritating. Steaming pile. So now, Luke, I'm going to send an email. And that will only make sense to the people who watched the pre-show.
I don't like that.
And I'm right to do it.
In this case, you are, but it's so annoying. It's like, okay, so it's funny that bug exists because that shouldn't be a thing in the first place. You should absolutely be able to schedule messages to people in your own freaking org.
In your
even
org.
if you haven't sent them a message before.
We're talking within the same org.
That's so crazy, man. Like, it's so stupid. So I have literally sent emails before, screenshotting that error and being like, this is stupid, but I wanted to schedule this message. So here's the message. Don't respond to this email. I never want to see this email again. Respond on Teams, please. Just like, but come on. It's so annoying. Oh, man.
Oh, Lordy. All right. What are we supposed to be doing, Dan?
I will also confirm, in the past, I think I said that people from Google told me that they use whatever it's even called. I don't know. Whatever their chat is.
Hangouts?
I'm not sure.
Gmail chat? I don't know what it's called.
Sure,
I think it's
whatever
just called
that
chat.
thing is called. Chat, sure, whatever. I've been told that they use that, and I just didn't believe it because, like, I know people at Microsoft that complain about Teams and, like, kind of use Slack on the side anyways.
Yeah.
And I can confirm that at least everyone that I saw, which was multiple people, were using Meet or Chat or whatever the heck it's called. They were using it. So, all right. As of right now, sounds like they're actually doing it, which is interesting to me because it sure felt like they were abandoning it really not that long ago, but it is what it is. Depends on Teams. GitHub is still on Slack. Yeah, that's really interesting. I wonder if that's just because them migrating off of Slack, because that was an acquired company, right? So if migrating them off of Slack would be a huge issue. Something that I would really like to accomplish this coming year is to simplify our setup, because right now we have Slack for Floatplane, we have Teams for everything else, and we have not just Teams, but we have Office 365, and we have G Suite for everybody, and it ends up being really expensive. Meet is so far behind Teams. What? I don't agree. Sorry. No, I do agree. I thought you were talking about just the call. Why are they both called Meet? Just the video call of Meet is like really good. I hate that it's the same name for the chat. Whatever. Anyway, sorry about that. But yeah, so we use just all of them internally. And I've been kind of poking around lately trying to figure out like how much of a pain it would be for different teams to lose one or the other. Like if we lost G Suite or if we lost Office 365.
Because, dude, our subscriptions...
Oh, it's so expensive.
Okay, spoiler. I'm going to spoil something. We're finally doing it. We're finally working on how does LMG spend money. Because you guys have asked us that. Every time we do how does LMG make money, you guys are like, okay, neat, but we got... Where does it come from? But we don't know. Where does it go? Sorry, that was really awful. How do you spend it? And so it's finally coming. We're going to do a breakdown. And while the percentage going to subscriptions is probably not going to look that bad,
the total amount is high.
the sheer dollars
Yeah,
is
it's too much. We gotta crunch that down. I feel a little bit vindicated about this. I think it's going to be harder to get off of G Suite than it will to get off of Office 365. Although part of that reasoning, so basically, there's just a few teams that I've talked to, and they're like, "Dude, if I lose Drive, my life is over." And I really don't think OneDrive and SharePoint, is that the whatever? I really don't think those are like a suitable replacement for Drive.
I have to confess, I haven't played around with OneDrive that much recently, but the way that Drive's user interface has degraded over the years, maybe it's not that far off anymore.
This is a huge part of my point. Yeah.
I mean, is it time for us to consider like, what's their nuts? They always send me emails.
One of my issues is there doesn't really seem like there's actually a whole solution for everything. Like I know, again, that company that asked about the passwords, I'm still not going to disclose who it was. I asked them what they use, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I mean, we use G Suite, Slack, and Office 365." And I was like, "Oh okay." So it seems like we're not the only ones stuck in this.
Oh yeah, Nextcloud, that's the one. Thank you, Monster and Floatplane chat. I mean, is it time to explore that?
You want to move email?
Not really.
Chat,
no, I don't want to.
Drives.
No, I don't want to. It just looks like so much work.
Dude, migrating a G Suite drive to a G Suite drive is a nightmare. Let alone anywhere else. But then you run into other issues where, like, you know, Nextcloud or G Suite or whatever, none of them are going to do this. Microsoft AD is just fantastic for a bunch of different things. And then to authenticate with that properly, Dan, you can correct me here. Don't you need some license from Microsoft?
Oh, you need so many licenses.
Yeah. So like you just kind of get stuck with like everything.
Yeah, and it's
the alternative
frustrating.
is you can cancel a subscription, but then you're like actually going to lower your productivity of all your users.
And not just that, but you're going to lower their morale. Conrad's in the Floatplane chat right now saying, "No, let me have my Google Drive. It's so painless." And you know what? I experienced the exact same thing at NCIX because we had our own internal email and then we switched to Gmail, and it was a time of gloriousness because that was back when Gmail was really good and the search was really good. And then we migrated back to our internal email with just like a reskin to make it look more like Gmail. And there were riots in the streets. And I was one of them. I was on the leadership team, but I had nothing to do with this decision. And I was like, I freaking hate this. I am worth the $7 a month or whatever it was back then to have proper working email.
The problem is it's not $7 a month anymore.
Well, I know.
And one thing that really, so I had basically just resigned to so Urban Fervor in chat is saying, this is so ironic. Our company's in the middle of migrating from G Suite to Office 365 and it has not been going well. Some other people are posting similar things. Guys, Nextcloud, I actually think is super cool, but migrating to them it's not like, you know, the problem is migrating stuff is insane. And there are certain features that are difficult to replace once we're already in this spot. Anyways, Nextcloud is great. I'm not talking bad against Nextcloud. But yeah, we just get entrenched. There's too many things that are too good that they're worth paying for it anyways, even though we're not using most of their offerings.
Yeah.
And I had previously resigned to like, whatever, it's worth it per employee. We're just not going to talk about this anymore.
But it's so much now.
And then G Suite, I had like fought with someone over there for a while being like, I do not want your AI features. I don't care how much you discount it. I don't want this. We're not taking it. We're not paying for AI features. Go away. And I finally got through to them. So we didn't subscribe to their AI features. And then now you just have to. It's just bundled in. Have fun. And it's like, man, I don't want this. So then I was like, okay, well, now it's like really expensive per user.
Yeah.
It would be really nice to lower this cost for the company. Let's evaluate it again. And we look into it and we just come back to the same conclusion again.
It's almost like they're charging
really
this much because they know they've got you by the nostrils.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that one. But it's frustrating, man. I wish Microsoft does everything, but they don't seem to do almost any of it all that well. Google doesn't do enough of things, and they do a few things like really well, and they do other things like really poorly.
If we had just never migrated to Teams,
yes.
like I think we probably would have just still been using chat, and it probably would have been fine. Because the nice thing about it was you only had one search window. That's the killer for me, is that I have to, the more applications we use, the more search fields I have to type something into to figure out, where did we talk about that? Was it on email? Was it posted on Airtable? Was it posted in Teams? Was it...
What are you talking
freaking
about?
In a Google Doc? Like when you're searching for something. Like because like the way that my memory works, a lot of the time it's like cues. Like I don't remember what someone said in the email, but I know we were talking about Yetis, or whatever. So I'll be like, okay, I remember the word Yeti was in there. So I search my email for like Yeti because I'm trying to remember, or like some product, gigabyte motherboard. Like, no, it's not there. Maybe it was in Teams. So I throw it into my Teams search. No, it wasn't there either. Like, okay, maybe it was on an Airtable a card or something. So I search for it on Airtable. It's like this tedious process of going and trying to find something. Because, around here, we have 100 projects going at any given time.
Yeah.
I can't be expected to remember everything about every single one of them from start to completion. So you waste these cycles going back and trying to re-reference materials. And if you don't know where to find them, it can be really frustrating. And back when we were on Hangouts in Gmail, there was one search bar and it would search both of them at the same time. And it was really convenient. But the more services that we've integrated, and I understand there's reasons that we've done it, like when we added Trello, for instance, the more places there have been to go find the single source of truth. And Airtable's been a help there, but it's still not a perfect silver bullet because it is still separate.
No, and we'll keep making it better, but it will still never be perfect.
Yeah,
and none of these things will be perfect. But I really don't like the fragmentation that we have. I also really don't like that. Like, no matter what we say, these programs are very invasive. So like, even if we say like, hey, I know we have Office 365, we don't use their email, we don't use their calendar, we don't use OneDrive, we don't use all these things, please keep it in Google. We can say that, but if you work in Word or whatever, it's going to try to prompt you to save it into OneDrive. And then people just start doing it automatically because they don't necessarily know the difference because they might not be tech savvy or whatever, or that's just what they use at the previous company, so they don't even think about it. It doesn't really register that they might be doing it the wrong way. It's a mess, man. It's very frustrating.
Hamnetics in Floatplane chat says, hey, maybe check out X1 Search. It provides unified search across Microsoft Teams, Outlook, SharePoint, OneDrive, Gmail, Google Drive, and Slack. Wow, so cool. Why don't I get another GoRAM subscription? No, I don't want that.
What is it called? What is this?
X1.com.
What
That
expensive.
does legitimately sound very cool, but like,
It's a very expensive domain.
Yeah. Cool. Hey. Oh, wait. No, never mind. I'm not going to say
Is
that.
this per user?
I couldn't tell. I was afraid to even ask. I don't want to know. I don't know if it is.
And wouldn't they get access to literally all of your everything?
I mean, it kind of seems that way.
This thing's
They should
terrifying.
pay us. That's actually how much they pay you per user.
To be clear, we're not saying they're not trustworthy bros.
No,
We just don't know that they are. That's all. That's all we're saying. All we're saying. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe just, how about this? Everyone watching right now, how many of you are there? About probably somewhere in the neighborhood of around 10,000. Okay, everyone watching right now, go buy a WAN hoodie, and then I won't have to think about the subscription costs ever again. Deal?
It won't matter.
Deal.
Nice. Yeah, I wish like it's a constant, extremely sharp thorn in my side. It bothers me all the time.
Speaking of merch messages, Dan, should we do a couple, or what are we supposed to be doing? Oh my God, we haven't done sponsor spots.
We were going to do the Floatplane announce and then a sponsor spot.
Sure. That's the Floatplane topic, not to be confused with the Floatplane announcements. Yes, Sammy, I will read them before sponsors. We've got 3 juicy and unique offerings for you on Floatplane. We have an LTT video that is ready right now in early access. The liquid metal in my laptop leaked, and my mission is to try to fix it. And you can check that out over on the Floatplane. It was a very frustrating experience. Oh, I don't see it. Am I supposed to publish it, or is...
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for... Is it under Floatplane exclusives for now? No, it's not. Okay.
What are you looking for?
That video. My laptop leaked liquid metal video. Oh, I'm supposed to show it in the CMS. Talk about the video if you want. We also have auto captioning on Floatplane now, even for LTT videos. Okay, yes, so I'm supposed to go into the CMS. Am I supposed to go into the CMS on camera?
Nope.
Are you sure? Because Sammy told me to do it.
He's going to do it, Luke.
You've done it before. But the answer is still no. I'm not saying what you're going to do. I'm just saying what you're supposed to do.
I see. Got it. Okay. Release status public. There it is. Very much a downer, and very much now live on Floatplane. There you have it. Cool. Good chat. Number 2. For Halloween, 3 staff members dressed up as yours truly, as you might have seen in last week's WAN intro and on our socials. Oh, we did a video of the entire process, from makeup to clothing to my first reaction to it. Yeah, they completely blindsided me with this. Open link, show the stuff. Okay, yes, sir, Sammy, I will follow instructions. There you go. This was... They really were trying to get me canceled, I think, with all of this. I think it was Sammy. He goes, so I'm Asian Linus. This is female Linus. What's this?
Oh.
I'm just like, buddy.
Talented Linus.
Yeah. Don't even. Do why? I don't remember what I said, but I'm pretty sure I'm not canceled.
Nice.
Finally, we're doing a Luke Lafreniere Q&A for a Floatplane exclusive, and we want your questions. I'm supposed to open the link and showcase some of the questions. Tell us the head dent story again. I forgot it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's the thing about people with a dent in their head, is they might forget the story too. Anyway, the point is, go and submit your questions for the Luke Q&A video.
I caught a stray there. All right.
Submit fast, because we're filming sooner rather than later. We're also cooking up some amazing content and deals. Early Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Coming for subscribers, so don't miss out at lmg.gg/floatplane. All right. Now what, Dan? It still says Floatplane announced there.
Sponsor 1, 2.
The show is brought to you today by Squarespace. Building a brand can be a daunting task, and it always helps to have someone assist with some of the heavy lifting. So
That's a pretty serious overhead, bro.
Thank you. Let our long-term sponsor, Squarespace, be your personal website spotter. Their design intelligence tool helps you start with your brand's goals, and from there, Squarespace will help you build your website automatically. If you'd rather flex your own creative muscle, oh my God. Squarespace also offers a full suite of pre-built layouts and an easy-use drag and drop interface. You were at the gym with me recently. You know I can't do that.
That's what badminton does to a man.
We have even used Squarespace for our own website. Before you get started, you can browse millions of available domains to find the perfect one for your brand. So why wait? Start building your website today and get 10% off your first purchase by visiting squarespace.com/WAN. The show is also brought to you by AMD. Earlier this week, we released another AMD Ultimate $5,000 tech upgrade, where we upgraded John, our senior test technician's setup. He snagged himself a new OLED TV, a racing sim setup, and a big screen Beyond 2 VR headset. If you want to learn more about why he chose those items, you will have to watch the video. We're going completely away from talking about John's upgrade. While John has stuck with his ever-reliable 5700X3D, AMD recently released their 9000 series Threadrippers. I mean, sure, going with a Threadripper could use up most of someone's ultimate upgrade budget, but there are benefits, especially if your computer handles heavy workloads like 3D editing, 3D rendering, or AI development. And now, this is where things get really exciting, you can win one of two 9000 series bundles, each including a Threadripper CPU, a compatible motherboard, and a Radeon AI Pro R700. That is a sick giveaway. All you've got to do is use our link in the video description. FoxNZ in the chat. Stop! Intel's already dead! Stop! Oh, lordy. Wow, what a giveaway. That's freaking awesome.
I think there's a correlation to Intel's performance and them not doing Extreme Rig upgrade anymore.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
You think not selling enough CPUs means you can't afford sponsorships?
No, I mean the other way around.
Oh. No. It was Intel bailed on it.
Linus, this is my point.
Like they felt unworthy to have money spent on them? They were insecure?
What?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, that the ad worked so well that it was making up that much of their sales.
Oh, for AMD. Or wait,
what?
because no, Intel. Oh, I get it.
I might have said that horribly wrong. I don't know. But that was crazy.
No, I think chat's with you.
All right, okay.
This is what happens when you flip your pillow the wrong way, Linus. What are you even talking about?
I think it just means you got a bad sleep and you're tired.
Oh, dude.
Viewers
100%.
and listeners, this is not a bit.
100%.
He's just like this.
Thanks, Dan. Okay. Oh, wait. We missed one of the CW announcements. We never talked about the buy more, save more deal on all apparel.
My poor fingers.
Okay, so this will be the last promotional mention on the show. On LTTStore, we're running a buy more, save more deal on all apparel. 2 items gets you 10% off of both of them. 3 items, 15% off of all 3 of them. 4 items gets you 20% off of all 4 of them. And 5 items gets you 25% off of all 5 of them. You can check it out at lmg.gg/apparel. This is a great time to grab gifts early for yourself or for other people, whichever way you like. There's no judgment. And you can check that out here. lmg.gg/apparel. So we've got all of the Back from the Dead shirts that we relaunched last week. We've got the Glitch shirt. We've got our awesome Screensaver party shirts. We've got our underwear. We've got some stuff that's great for the office, some stuff that's great for lounging at home, like the super soft hoodie. Do we still have some LAN hoodies kicking around? Oh, dude, we've still got LAN hoodies. These
Nice.
are freaking awesome. So these are based on WAN V2. And then the new, here we go, new WAN hoodie is the V3. So it is a little more expensive, but hey, you can save a bunch if you pick up a few items. All right. All right, Dan. Luke.
Which one? Pick one.
Okay, I
I don't know what's going on.
really have not slept well this week. I've been traveling a lot. I mean, I shouldn't be
have.
complaining to you, but I think I can say that I've been traveling a lot.
When traveling tend to be easier than yours.
It has been a very, very intense period. I can't tell you all of the videos that I have written in the last little while, but in the last 3 weeks, I think I've probably written more LTTs, like start to finish written. I am heavily involved in the editing of the scripts for a lot of stuff, but start to finish written more LTTs in the last 3 weeks than I had probably done in the prior 6 to 9 months combined. Like, it's been very, very intense. I've been really enjoying it, actually. It's been fun, especially because some of it's been really cool, like some of these factory tours and stuff when I was overseas. But it has been extremely intense because the rest of my work doesn't go away just because I'm writing. Wish it did. That'd be cool.
That's my biggest problem with traveling, is effectively the same thing. It's like, I think my tasks when I'm traveling tend to be easier than yours, but I'm also stuck for many hours of the day. Like today I woke up at, I think, 7 and didn't do anything other than work. And, you know, it's 8:40 now. That's decently common on trips, because if I wasn't here, I would have been at the thing that was the following to the event that I was just at. So I don't have time to do a lot of stuff, but work keeps moving.
Yeah.
So messages keep coming in, so it's tough to keep up.
Planes can be good, but my last tin can flight, there was no in-flight Wi-Fi, so I literally finished reading Salt, Sugar, Fat, which was that book that Wendell recommended to me about, I think it's called Salt, Sugar, Fat, How the Food Industry Hooked Us, or something like that. And it's really good. It's a little dry at times, but hey, maybe if they put a little more fat on it, then it would go down a little easier. Hey! So yeah, it's a little dry, but really enlightening. Super cool book. So I finished that because I was just like sitting on the plane going like, oh my God, I have nothing to do and there's a computer under the seat in front of me. Like, just... It wasn't a super long flight, but I was like, I am so bored. I no longer know how to just sit and be. Oh, right. I have Salt, Sugar, Fat on my Kindle. I still have like a quarter of the book left. So I read 5% of it and realized that the last 20% of the book was actually, what's it called? Appendices. Yeah.
Oh.
So I finished the book in like 20 minutes and I was like, oh, crap. I'm actually done now. And so I was sitting there and I was like, all right. So I bought this, and I actually hucked it in my backpack before my trip, thinking, oh yeah, maybe I'll read something on paper. It's just for fun, the story of an accidental revolutionary. It's Linus Torvalds' autobiography, and I wanted to read it as homework before we do the collab with him. And so I got through about a quarter of it on the rest of my flight, and then I actually realized today that we have a date for when he's going to be coming in, and I'm
we sure do
going to get this read. I am so flipping excited, and you're probably wondering, hey, Linus, you bought Salt, Sugar, Fat on Kindle. What's the deal with that? Why would you buy a physical book? Because I'm going to get him to sign it. I'm so excited. Ah!
Did you know I'm not there?
Yeah, but we're not talking about the date.
Okay.
I did not know that until you told me that just now, and I'm super sorry for you. I'm actually legitimately, like, extremely sorry for you because...
Dude, I was so sad. I've legitimately kind of considered looking into, like, can I find a way to be there? I can't give more context other than that because we're not giving the date, obviously, but...
Yeah.
I don't think I can... But I am a sad boy. This was like probably the one time, but you know, maybe it goes super well and we want to work together again. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm legitimately very sorry about that.
You just have to do a good enough job that it happens again.
I'll do my best. Nasamoda asks, "Are you nervous, Linus?" I'm like, yes. Because I've only met the guy briefly on a call. He was super nice, like unbelievably nice. The fact that he's coming here blows my mind. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's oh man, how do I put this? There's kind of unspoken sort of, not rules, but just like unspoken understandings in collabs. Like one party, you know, like you can have one party that's like clearly benefiting the other party, like, you know, lifting them up. And then you could have like a collaboration between peers, or you could be the party that, you know, really probably needs to kind of put in the extra work. Like, it's, Like if I was collaborating with, let's use an example. Man, how horrible is it that I'm trying to think of a non-controversial large YouTuber and I can't? What does that say about our space? Okay. PewDiePie hasn't done anything recently. All right. How about
you're calling statute of limitations on the bridge?
Okay, we got some suggestions. Markiplier's one suggestion. Hank Green.
Markiplier's pretty base. Hank Green is pretty base.
Pretty good suggestion.
Matt Pat retired with nothing, right?
Yeah, he retired.
I think he retired.
But Matt Pat would
his
be fine.
channels are still going.
Okay, let's use Matt Pat. Okay.
The theorists are clean as far as my understanding.
So Matt Pat,
and really cool people.
Matt Pat or Hank Green invites me to do a collab. I am the sub in this relationship. I travel to them. I don't even ask, right?
Standard.
Like I don't ask, are you, can you fly to me for us to do this collab? Now there could be a reason that they have to come here. Like if we're building a fancy PC and we're going to paint it and we need our workshop and stuff, there could be a reason for that. But if the idea is just that we're going to be talking heads and we're going to yik yak at each other, I just assume that I'm going to them. And in the same way that a much smaller creator would probably assume that they're coming to me, with Linus, it was the same way. I assumed that I am packing up the show, I'm packing up all the parts, we're bringing it to, I don't know, his house, we find a studio space that we can rent. We are moving heaven and earth to make this thing happen because I am just grateful that he replied to a freaking email, let alone that he has graciously offered us like half a day to a day of his time to collaborate together. Like, it's so exciting. And then he just casually drops, oh no, I think I could just come to you. Yeah, I travel a lot for work and it's no biggie. I can just hop up there. And I'm like, how can you be this cool?
It will, like, you almost like don't even want to accept it, but it will be a lot easier to do a collab here.
I know, but
dude,
it's just so cool though.
Remember that story? I'm gonna be vague only because I don't know if you mentioned you might want to save it for content or something. But remember that story I told you about fixing a computer recently? A computer that you knew about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, you can just tell the story. It could still be content. I don't know.
The computer, Linus's team in Scrapper War Season 4 had a motherboard that they had to repair. And they repaired it in like this really weird way, but it worked. And then afterwards, I don't remember if it was given away to Christmas party or I bought it or it was just effectively tossed out. I don't remember what the situation with it
might have just been tossed.
But I ended up with it and I gave it to my brother and it just kept working forever,
which is crazy.
Despite the craziest fix ever, it just kept working. And then it got passed to a friend of ours, and then it went from that friend of ours to their kid, and their kid bought a new case for it. Which, whatever. Maybe do a different performance upgrade on a 2500K. But anyways, that's a topic for another time. And in the case swap, they like removed the wire that made the whole thing work. And it's crazy that he reached out to me to try to potentially fix it because the amount of people that would...
Wait. Oh, yeah. No. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I thought you told the story differently to me, but no, I think that's right.
So he didn't know that this motherboard was special. He didn't know it came from me, which really it came from you, and really it was modded in an episode of Scrapyard Wars. He didn't know all of that. So when he brought it over, we were able to look at the episode of Scrapyard Wars and figure out what they did. And then I moved the little cable over and it started working, which was fantastic. And yeah, that was. Why does this story matter? Oh yeah, when we went to go fix a computer, I asked him to come to the office. Like, we fixed it at the office. 'Cause I was thinking in my head, I was like, where am I going to have the most like tools and potentially spare parts to like try if something is wrong? Like, oh, okay, maybe it's the GPU. Let's swap the GPU out, whatever. Like, where is going to be most convenient to do this? And it was like, I don't know, the IT room at the office. And then we went there and it was just perfect. It was like, yeah, okay, cool. So it is, way more convenient for him to come here. Everything is set up for what you guys are going to have to do.
It also means we don't have to worry about any privacy stuff like at his house. The last thing I would want to do is like dox Linus Torvalds.
Or do like crazy blurring, which ends up making the video hard to watch or whatever else.
Yeah.
So it is sweet that he's coming over. It's just also surprising, like you said. It's a really long story for that. But anyways, I think it's cool. I can't believe that computer still works. It's crazy.
I still don't understand why it works. I want to do a collab with like Buildzoid or something where...
Yeah, I want to collab with him anyways, but yeah.
Where we're just like, can you please enlighten my stupid monkey brain as to why plugging in this fan header makes this busted motherboard work. So Pancrats...
It's not just plugging the fan, it's like bridging two different fan headers.
So Pancrats,
and a specific pin.
Pancrats is in the Floatplane chat saying, because the part where we like fixed it was cut from the episode by accident. So the whole saga is something that nobody's ever actually seen. But as part of the compilation of the 4th Scrapyard Wars, Pancrats has gone through the footage and he says it should be included in the compilation. So the like,
oh no way, dude!
Because I knew it was on camera.
That's
I knew
so
it was shot.
Sick.
But remember, I didn't review the videos before. I just like assumed the editors would get everything, and that's not always fair. But it wasn't in the video. And so there was just this weird like bridged wire, and we were like talking about it in the conclusion, but people never actually saw that wildness happen, where I'm pretty sure there were like sparks. Like there was fire. That motherboard was burned. And then,
see, I only know that portion from hearing it from you because I didn't see it. And we scrubbed through the video to try to find the wire, which we could do, but it was hard to find like that point of the episode. We struggled to kind of find it because
it wasn't there.
The footage isn't there. Yeah. It's what a thing. So I mean, I'm stoked it exists, and if we end up doing that collab, I'm sure I can get the computer back at least temporarily.
That'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
Hey, want some cool news?
Yes.
SpaceX's cellular Starlink now works on Apple Watches in Canada and Japan. I just think that's cool. That's all.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, only text message sending and receiving via Apple Watch Messages app is supported. Rogers in Canada is supporting it. KDDI in Japan is supporting it on, I think this is on 3 Apple Watch models. SpaceX's partner in the USA, T-Mobile, could be next. No confirmation at this time. But I think that's a super cool feature, especially in an emergency or whatever else. I don't know if I want to say underrated feature of some of Apple's hardware, but having something like that on your watch seems even better than having it on your phone if you're ever in an emergency situation. Very cool. So that was it. That was all I had to say about that.
Okay.
What else do we have? Oh, should we talk about the Stop Killing Games petition getting debated in UK Parliament?
Yeah. The Stop Killing Games campaign finally reached the floor of the UK Parliament, where members debated its petition urging publishers to stop rendering games unplayable when companies choose to shut down their servers. Notably, MP Mark Sewards contended that companies might already be violating consumer protection laws by failing to clearly disclose how long players will have access to a game.
Nice.
Sewards also got in a sick burn by mentioning that the dead game Lawbreakers would probably have been popular amongst some of games industry people.
Helping.
Thanks, Linus.
There was a sentence fragment there.
The government's... Nobody understands what just happened other than you and me. The government spokesperson restated that there are no current intentions to amend the law, but emphasized that businesses must provide consumers with adequate information about their products. There is still optimism for the EU branch of Stop Killing Games campaign, as it is in the process of preparing and waiting for EU politicians to debate its citizens' initiative on the issue.
This is pretty cool. I gotta admit, I really didn't have a lot of hope for it, but I certainly have a lot of agreement with the premise of, hey, you know, when you buy something, you should, yeah. And if this happens for games, I really think at that point we're a stone's throw from software, and then we're a stone's throw from other media, and so
and hardware.
Exactly. This whole trend of like, you will buy things and then you don't own them, and someone can just shut them down. It needs to end. And it's not going to end just by hoping that our corporate overlords are going to stop doing it. It's only going to end if it's legislated. So, not a lot to add here. Just wanted to let you guys know that all is not yet lost. Arctic Tep 69 in Floatplane chat says, hey, have you seen the new Red Magic 11 with active water cooling? No, but I greenlit today doing a sponsored video on it. So I will see it, and I'm actually legitimately, sponsorship aside, full disclosure, but sponsorship aside, it looks pretty cool.
Do you want a spoiler?
Yes.
It has a headphone jack.
No.
Oh.
And no hole punch in the screen. I am actually considering it because...
Are you holding it?
Nope.
Oh.
Sony, no hole punch.
Right.
Very, very uncommon. There's like no phones that are not doing the hole punch. Under screen camera, headphone jack. I'm thinking about it, even though I don't gamer on the phone.
What is this, Red Magic 11 Pro? Is that what you said?
I think that's the one, yeah.
Because
no camera bump?
Anyone who hasn't noticed,
oh my God.
I'm on wired headphones right now. They have not lost their place in my heart. I like wired headphones.
Yeah.
I still really like wired headphones.
Yeah.
I would love a phone. I've been planning on going Sony because Dan kind of talked me into it for the next generation that I go to.
If I upgrade this one, you can have my old one, and then you won't have to buy anything.
Oh,
Luke liked that.
That does itch my brain.
So be careful.
We'll see.
I've been pondering it.
Cool.
Dude, the whole hole punch thing, like I kind of thought I was over it because I've been using the Pixel 9a and I kind of mostly got over it, but I've been on the iPhone Air more recently, and I find, Dan, I've talked to you about this, and Luke, I'm kind of doing a thing where I'm like watching iconic movies.
Okay.
Like I'm finally making my way through like my movie backlog. So I finally watched All the President's Men. Very different pacing compared to a more modern film. Have you seen it, Dan?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Very different pacing. It's from 1976 or something like that. It's
No, I have not.
It's so good. It's on the Watergate scandal. And that was the other thing that stood out to me is what qualified as shocking, scandalous behavior back then that could like undo a presidency. Man, they had seen nothing yet by that point. Anyway, the point is not that. The point is that with the bigger Face ID freaking camera bullet hole exit wound that Apple has on their displays, full screen content, man, it is still distracting. And I've even been using a phone that has a hole punch for quite a while now. Like, can we just not... Can we not get over this? Can we demand screens that don't have a flipping hole in them?
It's hard. It's hard.
And for a while, people were trying to solve it. Like, we had ones that had little mechanical flip-up rear cameras. OnePlus had that one that retracted into the body. The under-screen ones were a thing for a while. But
that's what the Red Magic has, right?
People use their selfie cameras so much that I also can, like, kind of understand.
But, I mean, Sony just, like, because you got the earpiece right at the top.
Yeah, right.
There's just a little tiny camera right there, and it's fine. I don't know what to do.
I mean, Samsung did it on the Note 9. Dude, if Samsung released the Galaxy Note 9 Evo, I would be first in line to buy it. headphone jack, SD card, a SIM slot, eSIM, so that gets you your two SIMs. No hole punch, just like a skinny top bar. And like, man, that form factor was so sleek. I pick it up every once in a while because it's the phone that I use for Line Messenger, because I just have never figured out how to migrate my Line Messenger messages. So it's just the phone that I take with me to Taipei every time I go for all my badminton friends. But so every once in a while I pick it up and I'm like, damn. It still feels so good in the hand, because even though it's not as thin as like an iPhone Air, it tapers at the edges, so it like feels super thin. Freaking love it.
I just like this one because it's a big phone, but it's a thin phone. So it's like having a small phone, but with more up and down, which is really nice. They are, I don't know, phones these days are just getting really wide.
Dyslexic Stoner says,
Yes.
Welcome back to another hour of three old men complaining about how good phones used to be. But they did!
I had that sexy LG one with the power button right in the middle of the back. I can't remember what that was called.
I remember that. That was so good.
It was so good. There was one, there was a merch message earlier. What phone would you keep? And the Samsung 8 Edge I really liked for a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
I had Superman ROM on that. That was sick.
Denrix in Floatplane chat said LG G2. LG G2 was dope. Samsung S3 was dope. The like original, basically all of the Nexus phones were sick.
I loved Samsung's active lineup. I was like the only person in the entire techosphere, as far as I could tell, who was like super into Samsung's active phones. They were a Galaxy S whatever, but just like gigantic Chungus battery and like rugged.
Sounds awesome.
They were freaking awesome, but not so thick. Like it was still thinner than having a case on your other phone, but you just didn't need a case and you had a bigger battery. I was like, this is brilliant. Why doesn't everybody just buy this?
Yeah.
Oh, loved those. All right. What are we supposed to be talking about? Oh, you want to do some more topics? Yeah, we can do that. There's no notes for this really, but just wanted to let you guys know Microsoft fixes the update and shutdown bug that has plagued Windows for 10 years. Whoop, there it goes. So that's exciting. It used to restart, even though you told it update and shut down. It would just restart, and yeah, a decade. But now it's fixed. I think it's coming in the next Windows update. Our discussion question. It is
legitimately good. That is very annoying when it does that.
Our discussion question is: what's the next Windows bug that you want fixed?
I think most of it's not bugs. I think most of it is entirely intentional from their team and makes Windows incredibly insufferable to use.
Okay, well, David had one. He says, I'm not sure if it's a bug, but it used to be like this in like XP or 7 or something. I don't remember, but right-clicking a folder or item in an Explorer window does not select the item even if it's highlighted. So you have to left-click the item to select it and then right-click it to open properties, etc. If you right-click on another one that isn't selected, it deselects the first one and opens the menu for the folder. This behavior does not happen in the left-hand detail pane and works as expected. This kind of sounds like that issue that I have with macOS, where if something is not the focus window, I can't interact with it. I have to click twice. And it seems like David and I are the sorts of people that...
One was for me, actually.
Oh, that one was from you.
Yeah.
Oh, it was his topic, so I assumed it was you. Okay, that's a Daniel Besser contribution. I assumed that he typoed his own initials there. My bad.
Oh, good. No, David's a writer. He's perfect.
Also, I just noticed that your initials are a sad face.
It tracks.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. Microsoft says it doesn't have enough energy to power its current AI chips/GPU stock. In an interview conducted alongside OpenAI's Sam Altman on the BG2 podcast, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said, the biggest issue the AI industry has is not having is not a complete... What? Okay. Is the biggest issue the AI industry is now having is not a complete glut, but its power. We may actually have a bunch of chips sitting in inventory that I can't plug in. In fact, that is my problem today. It is not a supply issue of chips. It is actually the fact that I don't have warm shells to plug into.
I love we may have this issue. In fact, we do have this issue.
This comes after reports of consumer electricity bills increasing up to 36% in cost due to growing data center demands. OpenAI is calling for the US government to build an additional 100 gigawatts of power generation annually, and at least 4 big AI tech companies are considering building or funding their own nuclear power facilities.
Yeah, they're doing small ones though. They're using oh man,
Those little modular ones, right?
Yeah, they're like inspired by submarine tech or something. I don't. We don't
And they
have the
just
details
expire.
here.
They just like expire when they're done, right? Like you can't
I
refuel
think
them or
so.
something?
I don't know enough details about it. It's a while ago that I read about this.
I think I probably read like the same article you did like a while back. Like they're in containers or something like that. And
yeah,
you just bring them in, you plunk them down, and then they
When they're
consume
done,
all of
they're
the fuel. And when they're done, they're done. They're kind of like the alkaline battery of a data center kind of thing. Modular reactors and shipping containers, says Yaxter. CatOS is talking about molten salt. Oh, dude, did you see the Chinese shipping container ship? The shipping container ship, whatever, container ship. The Chinese container ship that uses a molten salt nuclear reactor?
No?
Yeah, right? Dude.
My goodness.
Damn, China.
Is that the new Damn Daniel?
Damn, China.
Here we go.
That's good.
I think I first saw this
Back
on
at it again with the molten salt thorium reactors.
South China.
Thorium reactors, dude.
Maybe they're
Sick.
not thorium.
Yeah, China unveils power of thorium reactor for world's largest cargo ship. Look at this thing. Look at how many shipping containers that is.
I want a thorium reactor, just like personally. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't let you put an AC unit in your apartment, but maybe a thorium reactor.
They might. They might not have rules against it.
It's not in the rider. Where does it say that I can't take thorium reactors in my bag?
Our discussion question.
It doesn't have batteries.
Our discussion question is, how much compute do you guys think is currently sitting idle due to a lack of power? Okay, we have no way of knowing that because first, there may be some sitting idle, and then there definitely is. So we're not going to get an answer on that. But our second question is, do you think the price of GPUs would go down if this idle inventory was available to consumers? Which I don't know the answer to either, but what I do know is that it's time for our weekly check to see if you can buy an Arc B580 for MSRP. One of these days, I am going to figure out our affiliate program for Newegg.
I don't believe you.
I will. And we're going to make some money on this segment, but it doesn't matter because the point for now is that, yes, in fact, you can. What does Black Friday price protection mean? This was $249 the last time we looked at it. Oh, but there's an Intel holiday bundle with purchase. Limited offer. Hold on a second. What is it?
Hopefully it's not 3D Mark.
Holiday bundle. Battlefield 6. Wait, pick one of 4 games. Battlefield 6, Dying Light the Beast, Assassin's Creed Shadows, and Civ 7.
That's fantastic.
You get one of those games with your qualifying purchase, plus, and this is until January 31st. Damn. So you pick one of these, plus bonus content, Marvel Rivals in-game content, who cares? XSplit Premium Suite, okay, that's kind of cool. Canvid, and Vegas Pro Edit 365. That's right, my friends. You can get all of this GPU and more for $249.99.
If you were going to buy one of those games, it's basically $200 or less.
Do they still have that feature where I can see how many people have it in their cart?
I think you have to go to your cart, but yeah, I think so.
I didn't have to do this before. Hold on. Cart? Because 350 plus people have this in their cart right now. Yeah. It's a great card for the price. We absolutely love the Arc B580.
LMG.gg/Newegg.
Oh, okay. It's that easy? Who posted that?
Tim in chat posted it.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. Tim says, Linus won't read this, but it's on the screen. It's on the screen? Where is it?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, whatever. The point is, I had a meeting with Intel back at Computex. I broke their balls a little bit about what I felt was a really misleading aspect of their marketing, where they said that Arc B580 was the best GPU under under $250 or $300 or whatever it was. And I was like, okay, show me one for under that price. And they couldn't, and it got a little tense. And I was like, I need a plan from you guys so that I stop being a liar every time that I talk about your MSRPs, because it's not okay. And you know what? They never really got back to me on the timeline that I asked for. But within a span of weeks, not months, Arc B580s were available for MSRP, which was all I wanted. And they have consistently been available for this price to the point where, guys, it's a great deal. It's a great card. It will slay 1080p. It's even quite 1440p capable, and it's $250 US. I freaking love this thing, and I want them to sell lots of them. And you can use the affiliate thing, or you can just not. This is completely editorial. I want competition in the GPU space. I want to see a B770. It's still rumored. I don't know if it's real. I want Arc to succeed because I need competition in this space. And Intel's architectural and software improvements are promising. Look at what they're doing on the MSI Claw AI8X Plus, whatever the stupid handheld is called. Look at the power. Look at the performance. There's still driver bugs. They still have work to do. But the trajectory is so promising, and I need Lip-Boutin to not abandon this thing. We got to show growth. We got to show success for it because I want competition. That's all I have to say about that.
And you know he doesn't want to keep it around.
He doesn't want to keep anything around.
Exactly.
I'm so upset that Pat is never going to see the fruits of Pat's plan for Intel, and that the stock just goes up because LBT just cuts jobs. Anyway, what was I supposed to be talking about? Oh, right, yeah. David asks, oh my God, back on the Microsoft power topic, is the current level of investment into AI sustainable? David knows that I don't think anyone really thinks that it's sustainable, but hey, are we in a bubble? I don't know. This isn't financial advice. There was one other thing that I wanted to point out, actually, since we're on the subject of GPUs, though, is that Intel Arc is not the only GPU that you can find these days for a pretty reasonable price. Hold on a second. I thought, was it 5070 Ti's that were under MSRP? No, that's at MSRP. Was it 5070? Let's see. I thought there was one Nvidia card that was actually under MSRP on Newegg right now. No. Yeah, $20 rebate card. I don't know. Is it mail-in? If it's a mail-in rebate, I don't know.
Mail-in rebate does not count.
I counted a little.
Mail-in rebate does not count.
I counted a little. I don't not count it.
I only count it if it's decently substantial.
$20? You would send a letter for $20?
$20 for sure.
Yeah, it was $20.
It is a not even sort of hidden secret at these retailers that you get a mail-in rebate that's low enough and then nobody does it. So it's just not even a discount. You know that. I know you know that.
I don't think I have ever told this story on WAN Show before, but back when I was the product manager for OCZ SSDs back at NCIX, they would often push me to take a bunch of inventory that I told them. I was like, you know that I can't move this with our run rate business. You guys are going to have to do promos to sell them. And they'd be like, no, it'll be fine. Take all this inventory. And I'd be like, okay, tell you what, here's the deal. I'll take the inventory, but we're on net terms. We're on net 30 terms, but I literally am not going to... We could be at 31 days, 35 days, 300 days. I don't care. I'm not paying this bill until we've sold them. You can push me. You can dump all this inventory. You can stuff me is what the term would be. You can stuff me with inventory, but it's your problem. It's still your inventory as far as I'm concerned until it's sold. And so what would happen is we would get to the point where my terms are due and they would ask for payment. I'd be like, hey, so here's the email where I said, I'm not paying you for these unless you move them. Here's my inventory report that I sent to you on a weekly basis that shows that I do, in fact, still have them. What are you going to do about it? And there was this one time, I think we ran a $100 mail-in rebate on an OCZ SSD. And
that's crazy.
because they had all the kind of the math that they could do on the back end for like what the redemption rates would be and, you know, whatever, right? So the fuzzy math that you can do with your instant rebates and your mail-in rebates. And anyway, we ran this promo. It was a big hit. And there was a time a little while later that they stuffed me again. And I was like, okay, this is your problem. Why don't we do another $100 mail-in rebate? And they go, oh, Linus, I really don't know if we can do that. I go, well, why not? I mean, you did it before. You know, and they're like, well, see, I might have gotten in a little bit of trouble because the redemption rate was almost 100%.
I mean, yeah. The fact that it was only an almost is crazy to me. How do you just not mail a letter for $100?
For $100? Yeah, buddy. Like, I would.
Dude.
Just,
like, yeah.
I bought a BenQ. I'll always remember this. I bought a BenQ CD writer at Future Shop on a Boxing Day promo because it was $25 with a $25 rebate. And I was like, buddy, it's free real estate. Yeah, it was a crazy deal. They had a whole pyramid of them just like on a pallet. And I was like, I'll take one of those, sure.
Did they max out how many you could buy?
Yeah, one per customer.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So that was a get you in the door thing.
Oh yeah, 100%. I don't know what was in it for BenQ, but there was something in it for Future Shop for sure. AW11682 asks, how do mail-in rebates actually work? Not a thing in the UK. So what you do is you buy a product, say, for example, this ROG Xbox Ally X, which, by the way, you could actually have a chance to win one if you make a purchase on LTTStore. We have the full details of our spend $100 plus for a chance to win the Sennheiser headphones I'm wearing or the ROG Ally X, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, on the store. Go check it out. Let's say you were to buy one of these. Okay, you get a receipt, right? You get an invoice, and you also get your product with the box. So what a lot of mail-in rebates would have you do is cut out a piece of the box, like something to show that you are redeeming it only once, some piece of the packaging, and then you would also include your receipt showing that you bought it from a qualifying reseller, and then you put those in an envelope with the mail-in rebate form that you filled out with your name, address, and where they can mail a check. You send it to the address of the company, and they send you back a check that you then deposit into your bank account. And the idea behind it is that this rigmarole of filling out forms and cutting out pieces of boxes is a hassle that most people won't go through. So it allows the retailer and the seller of the goods or the manufacturer of the goods to advertise a very aggressive price, knowing that the lazy people who don't bother are subsidizing the people who actually get it at that price. So if they're doing like, $20 off, so instead of being $420, it's $399 after mail-in rebate. What that tells you is that what their margin would really support is a price of about $407 or $412, and they'll have their own internal data for what percentage of people are likely to redeem these mail-in rebates at what sort of different rebate amounts, and in different product segments it might be different as well. And from different retailers, you can have a very different customer base with a very different appetite for deal hunting and coupon cutting. CatOS says, don't forget they expire. That's right. So, and you have to do it within a certain amount of time or the deal expires. Yeah, that's a mail-in rebate. There you go. And it turns out if you do a $100 one, pretty much everyone will redeem it. Amazon says no to AI shopping. This was put in the doc by Jordan. Amazon is suing Perplexity AI, demanding that the startup stop letting its Comet browser make purchases on behalf of customers. Amazon says that Comet covertly accessed Amazon customer accounts and disguised automated activity as human browsing. Amazon says this poses a security risk and interferes with the shopping experience and has demanded that Perplexity end its misconduct. Perplexity, oh man, that's a word I'm having trouble with today, has rejected Amazon's claims in the past, saying Amazon is using its market dominance to stifle competition. In a blog post titled, "Bullying is not innovation," the startup calls Amazon's legal actions a threat to all internet users. Our discussion question is, should AI agents be able to use your accounts and impersonate you to complete a task on your behalf if you instruct them to, or should retailers be able to insist on human interaction? He's thinking. He's having a think.
Retailers, if it's the retailer should be able to effectively do whatever they want in this situation.
I mean, should they?
Should they do it? Yeah, they should be able to.
Yeah, I mean, they tell us that they don't want us to scrape their pricing data, and we would never do that.
No, of course not.
Right? So do we really respect retailers' wishes to have their site used the way they want?
No, but it's not about respecting wishes. This is like the ad block argument, right? Like somebody can retaliate against you ad blocking. That doesn't mean you can't ad block. It's the same type of thing. Like if Amazon decides, oh, we don't want these automated things and we're going to try to stop them, then I mean, as far as my understanding goes, they're completely within their right to do that. Should they? I don't necessarily think so. I suspect
I think it's a liability thing. Because what's your thing that you always say? Machines can't be held accountable. So if I said, oh yeah, no, I told my AI not to, then all of a sudden Amazon's the one who's on the hook for either giving me a refund for this product or dealing with me sending it back to them or whatever. Like they're the ones who end up with the liability.
That's what I would try to figure out. That's what I would try to figure out. Is I would maybe block it temporarily and come to an agreement with this group or whatever that they have to assume some level of liability.
But there's no way that they're going to do that because they're an AI company, and you know how AI companies are around their own liability for freaking anything, whether it's people, unaliving themselves or whether it's, I mean, that's the worst thing I could think of. So there you go. Training their models on stolen data. Like they're trying to avoid any kind of responsibility at every turn, as far as I can tell, and that's across the board.
Yeah, Max Overdrive said, but some people have assistants do shopping for them.
Sure.
What's the difference between that and AI?
Because a human can be held accountable.
AI is, yep, that's it.
In other news,
that assistant would be the one held accountable.
Servers in space. This is another topic from Jordan. Nvidia sent the H100 GPU into space on board the StarCloud 1 satellite on Sunday to test how data centers could work in orbit. Terrestrial data centers require massive amounts of electricity and water, and StarCloud 1 is the first step of a plan from Redmond, Washington-based startup StarCloud to move resource-hungry data crunching infrastructure into space, hopefully to reduce the environmental impact.
Yes. Let's fire off the rockets to reduce the environmental impact.
Yes, and don't forget,
very good.
Don't forget, clutter up low Earth orbit.
Yeah, we need that.
Yes. Very, very good, yes.
During the satellite's 3-year mission, NVIDIA will be testing a range of AI use cases, including analyzing images of the Earth and running an LLM by Google. Not to be outdone, Google announced Suncatcher, aiming to use solar power to run super efficient AI infrastructure.
Cool.
The project plans to launch 2 prototype satellites by early 2027. This all comes after Amazon founder Jeff Bezos predicted gigawatt-scale data centers would be built in space within the next 10 to 20 years, where the continuously available solar energy will see them eventually outperform terrestrial data centers. Bezos says space-based infrastructure is the next step of using space to improve life on Earth. You look so mad. It's great. In other space news, semiconductor startup Bexar has signed a launch agreement with SpaceX to integrate the company's experimental fabship payloads into 12 upcoming launches. The fabships will not enter orbit. They will remain attached to the booster and return to Earth within about 10 minutes of launch. During each mission, the fabships will conduct tests to evaluate the feasibility of space-based chip fabrication.
This stuff is crazy.
Including whether semiconductor materials can withstand the journey to space and the subsequent re-entry.
Yeah, that stuff's nuts.
But why, though?
I don't remember.
Is it to avoid, movement of the Earth?
I honestly don't remember. It's been so long since I've read about this, but this is like a thing.
It's an oxygen-free environment. A lot of fabrication is done under vacuum. That's something.
Yeah, but we can create.
CatOS says I think it was to do with clean room, but but there's so much radiation out there. So you're gonna have this like shielded orbiting fab thing. How about when you need to perform maintenance on it? Like have we gone mad?
Microgravity. That's it. It's microgravity.
Oh.
It's not the vacuum.
It allows you to create perfect spheres more easily.
Microgravity, which makes a ton of sense.
Linus.
Because I'm remembering that's why they're doing drug research in space as well. A lot of it's microgravity. A lot of our research for like making things on Earth always has to deal with gravity, right? So when you take gravity out of the equation, some things change. In some cases, for the better when trying to make certain things.
Got it. Long Linus says companies will do anything to not bring chip production to the West. Literally put it in space.
Dude, imagine the cost. Imagine how many they're going to be able to make in that amount of time. And then imagine the cost of each one of those chips. Oh man, it would be cooler. It would be cooler if it was like Moonbase or something.
Yeah, you're still gonna.
Maybe they're just doing research for now, and then it becomes Moonbase or something later. But yeah.
All right. We also have a couple more topics that we have. Man, we have merch messages still. Good Lord. And we've got a message from Rove Lab. Does your man cave look like it's stuck in prehistoric times? Are you looking to add a little more comfort to your gaming space? Well, right now, Rove Lab is kicking off their Black Friday sale early, and you can save up to 60% on their sofas. Setting up new furniture shouldn't tucker you out, and thanks to Rove Lab's simple setup, you won't be. Just take the couch out of the packaging and let it inflate itself. Every M1 sofa is built with smart foam, putting your comfort first with a design that gets more comfy over time. Unlike traditional cushions, smart foam adapts to your body the more you use it, delivering long-lasting comfort. So get yours fast while supplies last. Oh my God. Shop now at rovelab.com/WAN Show. Uh-oh. Okay. Uh-oh. I'll stall. I'll do a little dance.
You better stall.
Yeah.
Do a little dance.
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
Get down tonight.
Rove Labs. I will do that.
Down tonight.
There you go. Scan the QR code. That's the whole integration.
Make a little love on your Rove Lab couch. On your Rove Lab couch.
Oh my.
There you go, Rove Lab. Free
could.
creative sponsorship.
All right.
Competence.
Not false advertising.
See, the people are always talking about how great Riley's singing sponsor spots are. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
There you go.
The
You
show's
know,
all-
Riley's singing is so good. It would be interesting if we maybe we could do like an album. And like, there's this event coming up that I know a lot of people get in the
show is brought to you today by uGreen. If you've ever been
Thanksgiving?
frustrated by the high price and limited storage options
Thanksgiving
of
album.
cloud services, uGreen now offers NAS as a solution. You can locally save up to 60 terabytes of data. That's roughly 20 million pictures, or 40,000 movies, or 62 million files. Look at how do you define files. You know what? Don't worry about it. The point is, it's also compatible with a wide range of third-party hard drives as well, which is important to bring up because uGreen has NAS competitors who have kind of not been super clear on whether they should support third-party hard drives recently. And backing up albums from things like your iPhone or computer can be automated, making it beginner-friendly. You can connect quickly via NFC, start sharing, and access files fast on Windows, macOS, Android, iOS, and your TV. The NAS also has faster speeds than standard cloud transfer thanks to its 1 gigabit network port, allowing you to transfer a 1 gigabyte file in seconds. How many seconds? I think I could tell you that. Probably 8. And with RAID redundancy, your files are safe even during a drive failure. So save up to 20% on a uGreen NAS today. There's more info in the video description. Disclosure, invested in Eshtec, but that's fine. I will still take uGreen's money because those NASs are actually kind of cool. Really good value.
You know what else could be really good value, Linus?
Oh my God. I thought he'd forget.
You know, I wouldn't buy, like, if you and I sang another Christmas album, I don't think I'd buy that. If Riley sang a Christmas album, I would buy that.
I buy that for $1.
I'd buy that. I'd buy that for more than $1.
Okay.
I know the reference, but I'd buy that for more than $1.
Okay.
$13?
It's a digital product.
Okay.
Imagine no shipping and handling fees.
No, it's not.
Imagine no shipping fees in general.
No, it's not a digital product. It's going to have to be a vinyl.
Wait, you're in.
2020 something. Not 5.
We did it!
All right. Okay. All right. We remaster it.
Wait, we remaster it,
Or like we re-record
we do both. We can have a digital.
No.
We can have a digital remaster release.
No.
A digital remaster release.
Not approved. You're about to can the whole thing. You're overplaying your hand, sir.
Okay. Nope. All right.
Luke, it's okay. We'll do it secretly.
Nope.
We just won't tell him.
Nope. No.
It'll be the B-side.
No, that is not work, and that is not something we are expending resources on.
You could Konami code on that page on the store.
Nope.
And it gives you the remaster.
Absolutely not.
We could do a loot system where like we might send you the remastered vinyl instead of the new one.
You guys are going to get this unapproved fast.
No, that's like
you've already approved it
of a reward.
No, I can unapprove things.
You did already approve it.
I cannot sign a check. I can do that. I do have that power. I cannot sign the check for the vinyls.
You don't have to sign for direct deposit.
Believe it or not, I, in principle, have to sign.
In principle.
I have to approve it. I have to approve it.
And that's
signed
still not true.
LTT Christmas album vinyls.
So
you heard it here first.
A certain amount.
So here's what we're going to do. Here's what we'll do.
All right.
We will take the original songs. We will add some more, because I think we should probably have some new songs. There really weren't that many.
You mean as they were written?
As they were written in terms of lyrics,
okay.
Yeah.
Not saying.
No, oh heavens, no. Riley
none of
might
that will
want
be reused. The creative freedom to rewrite.
Yeah, I mean, we could make some tweaks. They weren't bad. Some of them were pretty bad. But we might do we'll do a couple fresh tracks. It won't be Riley singing every time. I think we could still have a couple people participate, as long as they are decent this time. Auto-tune has come a long way in the last 10 years. Okay? In 2020, let's say 2027 to give ourselves time. 2027 LMG
2027. We could do it next year easily. We don't need to wait till 2027. I'm not even trying to be annoying about this.
I am not trying to overpromise. If we can do
2027, 2026, it's a year. We can make an album.
Luke,
I promise you, Riley can make an album a year from now.
No, it's not that. That's not what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about we've got to figure out packaging. We've got to figure out how to ship a vinyl. We've never done it before. And is it easy? Maybe, but we've never done it before. We've got to figure out a partner to actually get them pressed. I don't want to put that team in a position where they're like, holy crap, why did Linus promise to do this next year? This sucks. We don't have enough time. We might have to ship by sea. We might have to ship by sea from wherever they're being manufactured. I don't know. I can't promise what I don't know. What I can say is 2027 is probably almost certainly doable. Okay, that gives us time.
Can we say that we might do 2026, but we're just not going to commit to it at this time?
I would love if we could do 2026.
We will commit to at the latest Christmas 2027.
We will hopefully commit to 2027. I can't promise.
Yeah, let's not commit to anything.
Sure.
I like not committing to anything. I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Riley, we will. Yeah, I mean, I haven't spoken with Riley about this. I'm sure he'd be down.
He's going to have to want to. If he doesn't want to, that is totally fair.
Then that's fine. So,
totally fair.
So Riley / and people who can actually sing LMG Christmas album, Christmas 2027. Let's do it. But there will be we will not speak of the original Christmas album being remastered or being re-released in any form. If people really want it and they don't, it's still on the forum. You can technically still buy it there. They literally
buy it every year.
Yeah, well,
I need to be very clear about this. We have sold thousands of them, and it literally sells every single year.
And they literally shouldn't.
Has for a decade now.
And it literally shouldn't. It shouldn't exist.
But you can't say they don't want it when they are actively, continually purchasing
I can say, forgive them, Lord. They know not what they do. That's what
So
I
the
can
customer
say.
is not right in matters of taste. They just
Yes.
nope.
I think we've all met a tasteless customer.
If you guys hold on just 30 seconds.
For what?
Somebody's typing back to my message on Teams.
You got to be kidding me right now. Okay, AMD. AMD clarifies.
Riley Murdoch, 9:23 p.m., November 7th, 2025. I mean, you know I do.
I am so happy. This is great. This is all I wanted for Christmas. This is fantastic.
In all capitals. With what time, though? Question mark, question mark.
Well, we'll figure that out.
We've got time. We've got time.
Yeah,
We've got time.
We'll figure that out.
The main thing that's important to me is that it's going to happen eventually. If he needs till 2027, sure.
Okay, so I think it'll be a combination release. I think we'll have to do a vinyl. We should probably do a CD, and then for people who are not into owning physical media, we could probably do a digital one.
We got to do a digital version.
Conrad says digital delivery is native supported on Shopify.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
and we've got to do a digital version.
Thank you, Conrad.
I just mean I think the
We should have a vinyl for sure as
Yeah,
well. Absolutely.
and some people are
Totally.
super into CD at this point. Like it's CD's trendy again, dude. I don't know
We
how it
might
happened,
even want to
but
do a
it's trendy
thing
again.
where if you buy the CD or vinyl version, you just get the digital download for free in addition.
Yeah, maybe.
Pretty sure there's a way you can
Yeah,
do
there's
that.
got to be a way to do that. I don't want to
Pretty
promise
sure.
anything right now because I have
No.
no idea. But there should be no
Something we can
reason
look
why we
into.
couldn't build a mechanism for
Could
that.
mail in code it.
Yeah. Mini disc. No, we're not doing a mini disc. You could also do something where the digital download is like a super cheap add-on or something like that. You could be like for an extra $5 or whatever.
Because I don't know exactly how Shopify handles that and stuff. We'll figure it out. But like,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
8-track.
Because I could totally see wanting the vinyl version. Like, I will buy the vinyl version, just to be clear. But then I would also want the digital versions.
And so we'll have to do.
Dude, I promise you, the internal people using their merch budget on this is going to be extremely high.
Dude, Bridget she's gonna lose her shit because I actually had a conversation with her earlier this week where I was like, that design would actually look pretty cool on like an ugly Christmas sweater. And she's like, is this approval to do a Christmas sweater? And I was like, whoa, hold on. But if we had a Christmas sweater as a tie-in,
it would have to be aligned. Dude, if
That
you
would-
really... Oh my God, matching Christmas pajamas and a matching Christmas sweater and a matching Christmas album.
You do know that's going to
buy
push it to
all of
2027 though, right?
Oh, buy all of it. I would be okay with that.
All right.
Oh man.
All right, we'll see.
Gives it more time to be mastered. My goodness.
All right.
I'm so excited.
All right.
Christmas onesie. Oh.
Man, now you've got the whole company all like excited about this. Jeez.
Because it's exciting. We gotta just do things sometimes, man. It's fun.
It's a lot of work, Luke.
Sometimes fun is work.
Oh, man.
Work is fun. Whatever.
Yeah, I think you meant the second one there. We're going to sell like a few hundred of them, right? Like,
No, we won't. We will sell. I promise you, we will say way more than that. I guarantee
I have
it.
no idea how many vinyls to press.
I have no clue.
I have no idea.
This could totally be a pre-order thing, right? What you could probably do is put the digital one up for sale, and then put the vinyl one up for pre-sale.
It's like a
the same
weird.
time.
It's like a weird like, man. I
Because
don't
people
know.
buy vinyls of albums they have listened to. Like, that is totally a thing.
That's
you
true.
could put the digital one up for sale and then the vinyl up for pre-sale. I can pretty much guarantee you can do that, and then you won't have to massively overorder it. We don't do pre-orders. Yeah, but I think it's okay if the digital one is up for sale first, because then you can get reviews of it.
And the
And you would know if you like the music.
So we don't do pre-orders because we don't want to be stuck in a position where we don't have a firm timeline on something, and we are going to be just like holding your money indefinitely. That's one of the reasons.
Yeah.
And we don't do pre-orders because we don't want to set a bad example for the industry where there's like questionable quality potentially, and we're taking your money up front without you having an opportunity to find out if it's any good. So there are certain things that we would have no problem taking a pre-order on. I would have no problem taking a pre-order on a mouse pad with a new graphic, for instance, because it's our same proven high-quality mouse pad, but just with a graphic, with a supplier that we've worked with umpteen bazillion times in the past, and we have a firm idea of what the ETA is going to be. But what I don't want to take a pre-order on is something like, say, for example, a mod mat, where something unexpected might happen and we might not be able to deliver it in the time that we wanted to, right? So that's why we don't do pre-orders, because not taking pre-orders is the right thing for reasons. Not because pre-orders are just blanket wrong and should never be done, but because there are reasons that maybe they shouldn't be done, and we don't want to, we want to put our money where our mouth is. All right, AMD has clarified its clarifications on their controversial RDNA 1 and 2 driver note. They will continue game optimization after all. They will continue to receive new game support, stability, and game optimization, security, and bug fixes. The other branch for newer cards is to allow AMD's engineers to move faster and integrate new features at a faster pace. I still don't really understand what that means.
Said?
No, this is further clarification of the clarification. But here is a clarification. I am feeling...
clarification of the clarification?
I would like to clarify that I am feeling a lack of gas, and so I need your help.
Usually he's extremely gaseous.
We are attempting to get the environmental chamber that we bought recently at auction up and running. However, we have discovered that the gases we need are extremely expensive. If anybody has the following gases or a connection to getting them locally here in Vancouver or like West Coast Canada, or cheap, please reach out to us via Reddit or the forum. Public post is probably fine, and we can DM you if you seem credible. We need 15 pounds, 4 ounces of R404A, and we need 10 pounds of R508B. If you have a lead on any of these gases, if you have some cylinders of them kicking around somewhere that you weren't going to do anything with, wow, good for you, because that's a lot of money worth of gases. You must be very rich to have gases like that sitting around not doing anything and not sell them. But B, thank you so much for maybe giving us a deal, because it is going to be extremely expensive for us to get this thing
Is it
going.
expensive to the point where we might just abandon it if we
potentially?
What's the okay?
Potentially. We're going to do our best. So that was 15 pounds, 4 ounces of R404A and 10 pounds of R508B. Even if we do get all the gases, there could still be significant challenges in getting it running. Apparently, it is so loud that anybody if we were not to enclose it, anybody working in the lab would have to wear hearing protection at all times. So there are challenges. But basically, we would like to at least get to the point of part 2 where we get the thing running, and I'm pretty bullish on that. We actually managed to find the technician who decommissioned it. And what he told us is that when he decommissioned it, it was in great shape and working great. So that gives us a ton of hope.
Okay.
So that's where we're at.
I just thought we were collecting extremely large rooms that we don't use in labs like Pokemon or something.
The diff says, quiet you, would Northern Washington be okay? Maybe. I actually just don't know what the complications of getting it over the border would be. It's possible. If the deal's right, then we would try to figure it out, because we really want to try, even if it doesn't end up being part of our setup overall, we want to at least get this thing working for the lulls. So we need to get our hands on these gases. Can you take it in checked baggage? Ugh. That's an earlier in the show reference.
It's not an electronic.
All right, Dan, let's do some merch messages, shall we?
Going into After Dark then?
Good lordy, there's a few merch messages today. Okay.
It's been busy.
I wonder why.
Oh yeah, I meant to have a look at what you guys were into today. The answer is... Holy balls. Okay. What is it? What is the answer? WAN
You have
hoodie.
a combination of things going on. You have the sweepstakes thing and you have the discount thing.
Oh no, I just mean product-wise. People are super into the new WAN hoodie. So this is good, because I had a long conversation, or I've had many long conversations with the merch team, because they're like, okay, what is our direction for WAN stuff? Is it orange? Is it red? I'm like, look, I want to see this launch. We did a poll, but there's a big difference between what people respond to a poll to, or what people say in a poll response versus what they actually buy, right? Firefox, for instance. So I need to see this red one actually sell. I need to see people resonate with red and the LTT brand as opposed to orange. And when that happens, then we can make a decision. We can chart a path forward in terms of like how our color branding works. So yeah, WAN Hoodie's doing pretty good. You guys are super into it, apparently. Transparent screwdrivers.
I had someone internally
underwear.
very recently express concern over our ability to move as many of the WAN Hoodie as we ordered. And I had a quick chuckle and was like, they'll get them.
Oh yeah,
it'll be all right.
Yeah, everything's going to be okay. I think you know what I mean. There wouldn't be the first person to kind of bring up concerns and stress, around work over the last couple of years, which is good. We want to hear those things, right? We want to get a chance to address those things for anyone on staff who is watching right now, right? Like it needs to be a conversation. But we're okay. We've definitely had some struggles. I mean, we've talked openly about viewership not being where I want it right now on LTT.
I mean, we're having a lot of conversations of future, and I think we've talked about it a lot. Where there's that 100 employee threshold that's really, really hard to cross, and I feel like what's going on right now is we've been sitting on the threshold long enough that, in my opinion at least, I can see the way off, if that makes sense. And
certainly feeling like it.
The path forward is logical. It's been painful to sit here for this long, but this is realistically relatively normal for companies that get to about this size.
Yep.
And I'm pretty excited about, I don't know if we want to talk about them yet, but I'm pretty excited about some of the plans that we have for, like, honestly, pretty much every part of the company. And they all rhyme, which I think is really cool. Like almost every department is taking a similarly inspired step forward. Does that make sense? Can I say that? I didn't really leak any plans.
I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, you can just say it. I don't care.
Nope.
Okay.
I don't want a Teams message on Monday of like, why did I learn about this stuff on WAN Show? We'll talk about it internally first.
We literally have a section in the Monday morning email that includes stuff that was leaked on WAN Show.
Yeah, but we'll wait. That doesn't mean we should use it.
Tynan says probably the right call in the chat, but is it the fun call, Tynan?
No, it's not. But you guys will just have to wait.
All right.
But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about stuff.
Absolutely not the fun call. Yeah, see, right? Okay, want to hit me with a merch message, Dan?
Sure. We got a bunch here. Linus, it isn't fair.
Actually, no, hold on.
Oh, okay.
One more thing I wanted to say is that even though, viewership hasn't been where I really want it to be, what has been really cool for me to see over the last little while is that sentiment around the content that we've been uploading has been really positive. With, I think, one exception out of the last few weeks, the like ratio has been way higher than what has historically been our average. And when I say way higher, I mean anywhere from 0.5 to 1% higher, because we're realistically in a pretty narrow band. But that historically has indicated banger video that people are really engaging with and really loving. Another thing that's been really cool is the support that we're getting from our audience on places like Floatplane has been amazing. We've been hovering around 40,000 Floatplane subscribers for quite a while now. We're basically, back to where we were near our peak. We're a few thousand short, but wow.
That peak was also juiced up from the hack and stuff like that. When you look into statistical averages of other platforms where you can see some of the numbers of conversion between subscribers or average viewership and amount of people subscribed to an external funding platform, you guys have come out to support us in a pretty big way. So
and
I appreciate it.
You've done it through the store too. We know that times are not amazing in a lot of industries, and we would never ask you guys to spend money you don't have. That we don't want.
Yeah.
But if you do have it, the way that you guys have supported us through the store has been absolutely incredible. So yeah, I just wanted to thank you guys. Thank you.
Merch message.
Oh yeah, right. And the last bit was like, because of your support, we are going to be okay. Like everything's fine. We, to this day, have never had to conduct layoffs. And knock on wood. Yeah, I hope that wouldn't happen. And it's all because of you guys. Thank you. All right.
At Linus, it isn't fair to expect employees to have founder passion. What's your number one advice for a one-man business on hiring and, more importantly, trusting their very first employee?
Oh, man.
No pressure, Linus. I'm just listening closely.
I was about to say, I don't know, because...
Make them live in the office.
I don't think... I think that Luke would agree very strongly with the statement that I didn't handle it perfectly. So...
Oh, sure.
It's hard for me to credibly give advice. I can tell you, some of the things that I feel I did well. A high degree of transparency is really important, because that's going to help you achieve alignment and help you guys, work together on hopefully adding more employees. I think that working alongside and leading by example is incredibly important. Oh man, this would tie very well into, something that wasn't done, that some steps are being made to rectify, but that we aren't ready to talk about yet, and is kind of pending a conversation between the two of us. But maybe Luke could give some of his thoughts on whatever it is he wants to say about this, because realistically, he's gone through this as the number two, technically, if we count Yvonne, which I do, but sorry, Luke. But, that still makes Luke, the number two man, right? Like, he's the guy. He was the first one that actually, I think your employee number is technically 1, isn't it?
I think it depends on where you look.
Yeah.
On the healthcare plan, it's 1.
Yeah.
On the
because I think I wanted a meme
sheets,
one. I wanted 69 or something.
3. Yeah, I think we both asked for that, or it was Leet. It was one or the other, but you legitimately technically asked first. I don't remember which. I don't remember the story, but I remember we asked for the same thing, and I don't know.
Yeah. And Yvonne was like, "This is awkward."
Yeah. Anyways,
so what would be your advice for a one-man business on hiring, and more importantly, creating a relationship that is trusting with their first employee? Now you're on the spot. Boom.
Oh, no, I sort of did this. Did this because of AJ, right?
Oh, that's true. I wanted to hear the other perspective, though. He's going to dodge. He dodged it. He fucking dodged it.
Whoosh. You gotta remember, dude.
Fucking Neo here. Dodging bullets.
Oh, that was crazy.
This guy.
Oh, that was funny.
The hard R incident all over again.
I don't know. Opposite. I'll try to give both. So I'll undodge. I'll jump back in front of it.
All right.
And I don't think this is too much of a secret. In many ways, I preferred, and in many ways, I think what we're doing now is super cool. But my brain operates more properly in a very small business mindset, approach, etc.
Panic survival mode is Luke's
love
mode.
That. Actually, though, like it fuels me in a lot of ways. And things being like, yeah, I don't know. So like I liked it back then. I liked the way we worked together. No, I don't think everything was handled perfectly. But if you think you're going to handle everything perfectly with your first person, like you're actually nuts. You're realistically not going to handle everything perfectly with anyone. So like you're going to have to deal with that eventually.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's often not making the mistake. It's how you deal with it after the fact. Like I would like to. Yeah, I have multiple examples of that, right? Like not necessarily handling something super well, and then I would like to hope to think that I did relatively well after that point in trying to fix the problem, and I can think of recent ones, and I fully expect if I keep managing people moving forward that will keep happening moving forward. It's just part of it. So I wouldn't worry too much about screwing up with them just because it's going to happen. Obviously try not to do it, but focus more on just being good to them, and when you make mistakes, just correct it. And like Linus said, be transparent and be honest, and when you screw up, just tell them.
And never underestimate the power of a genuine apology. And when I say apology, I don't mean words. I mean talking through what you were thinking, even if what you were thinking is embarrassing and and something that makes you question if you are actually that good of a person, because if you're thinking it, they're thinking it. So you got to get it out there in the open. You got to say, okay, well, like, here's what I was thinking, and here's why I did what I did, and I'm sorry, and the behavior will change. And then it has to actually change. You have to actually do something.
In regards to, sorry.
No, I'm done. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, in regards to the hiring of that person, that's tough. I kind of had an easy out with AJ because he just kind of
volunteered.
Showed up. Yeah, and then volunteered, and then I was
we started paying him.
Hey, this is working out. So I kind of skipped that part, but I would be pretty careful about it. And at the same time, I don't know if I would worry too much, because this is like the one time ever that you're going to be incredibly close and we'll see everything that they're doing. So if it's not working out, you could end it relatively quickly. And that aspect is going to get more difficult over time.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a certain thing with hiring where it's very easy to put on a face for an hour for an interview. I have witnessed it myself where someone is just very different once they're actually on the job site, or even remotely. I've experienced that as well. People will often say things about how, a lot of my interview questions are how would you handle this scenario? And they say the things that you want to hear, and then you see them in that scenario and they do the complete opposite. You're gonna run into situations where people just weren't what you thought they were. So try to hire the right person, try to ask some good questions, try to make sure that you're sussing them out as best you possibly can, but understand that it might just not work. And if it doesn't work, that you just need to move on. And especially at that point in your company, probably quickly. So
to what Luke was saying about, this is someone that you're going to work with side by side, day to day, a lot. For me, I think a lot of founders would say don't befriend your employees, draw a kind of a hard line there. And there's definitely times when, trying to be friends, not because, you want to, not because there's an agenda, but because you just work side by side every day and you hired people that you like and stuff, has backfired many times for me. Sometimes in private, sometimes in public. It can get really messy. But I don't have any regrets as far as first employee goes yet, knock on wood. And so, it was really important to find someone that I really wanted to work with every day. And that's something that I would say, whether you whether you allow yourself to be friends or whether you maintain boundaries or whatever it is that your kind of approach to the relationship is, I would say that it's got to be someone that you want to get up and spend the day with. You will spend more of your high quality, mentally functioning hours with this person for at least some period of time than probably your spouse.
Yeah.
Right? So
it's actually very important. People, I think, especially when they're first starting hiring, people really underestimate culture fit and how incredibly important that is. And that is still a thing when there's two of you. It's just like, it's actually so important. You hear about this stuff. Like, I remember being a kid, hearing people talking about like, oh, like, it shouldn't matter who you know. It shouldn't matter how I act. I'm the best on the job. And I remember hearing that mentality and be like, oh man, okay, cool. I just need to get like really good at stuff and then nothing else matters. And it's like, no, that's not how groups of people work. You ideally are really good at stuff, but you also need to not be completely insufferable to be around, because if you are, nothing's really going to get done properly. No one's going to want to talk to you. Therefore, collaboration is going to be a problem. There's going to be adversarial relationships are going to be created. It's like, it's actually incredibly not okay for them to be just toxic and impossible to work with. So don't hire just on skill either. You need to be able to get along with this person. No, you do not need to be best friends. No. You need to be able to get along and be happy to work with them, which is a very different thing. Sometimes they're related, but they are very different things. Yeah.
Man, I don't know why I looked at YouTube chat, but I did. We've got Buddy here, New World Disorder. Coworkers are not friends. They are coworkers. Share no personal info. Just talk about weather. And I was like, man, you gotta, someone hurt you, you know?
Yeah.
And then their immediate next message is, I've worked with thousands of people over 35 years. Personal info will get used against you at some point. People talk when you aren't around, no matter how cool you think you are. New World Disorder, there's some truth there, but it is also possible that people, like, you didn't seem super warm and fuzzy in your first message. Is it possible that you're the common denominator here? I'm throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. And you know what though? There is some truth there. Like, even not coworkers, like even like industry acquaintances. I have had information that I have shared with people that I considered to be at least like sort of friends, like industry friends. I've had it used against me in public to damage me. It has happened multiple times. And I don't know, man. I don't think I can find myself at that point where I just go, okay, well then I'm just not going to share any personal information with anybody. I'll just talk about the weather. I don't think I can do that. I don't think I'd be happy like that. And if it works for you, then it works for you. But I think I'd rather get hurt again.
Yeah, I'm generally a pretty open book, I think, for better or for worse. And it's come back to hurt me too. But I think there are benefits to being that way, right? You do not build trust with people by not giving trust. There has to be a little bit back and forth. And I've appreciated when people that I work with are able to be open with me about things that might be going on with them that can help me accommodate them best I can to make sure that they're able to do, like, fully corporate company hat on. This allows me to make sure that they're able to do the best job that they can. And if this is like a very talented person who's in a rut, it's pretty valuable to the company if we can wait the rut out and be a good place for them to be when they come back. And then also personally, I feel like it's good for my soul. So, like, company hat off. So I don't know. I try to find as many things that satisfy company hat on and company hat off at the same time as possible.
It's tough.
It's not always possible, but you try to do it as much as you can.
All right. My last YouTube message for the day from YouTube chat. Dale Earnhardt Seatbelt says, LMAO, out of the thousands of coworkers, I've never been the issue. But what about that time you worked with Dale Earnhardt? Sorry.
That doesn't get a ding, Dan?
Fine.
Fine.
Fine. I gotta wash my hand now.
Oh, man.
All right. Anyway, Dan, hit me with another.
Sure. Good evening, gentlemen. Thank you for the quality merch. Out of curiosity, if you could host WAN Show from any location, where would you want to host it from?
Right here. It is so much easier when we're just both in studio together.
It is. Every time that I'm out on a Friday, I actually get really annoyed because it's just like, yeah, it sucks. Local WAN is like far superior.
But since you want an answer that's more fun than that, from low Earth orbit on a spacecraft, I think if we were in space together, that would be the most fire WAN show of all time.
I completely agree. I will to be less cool and interesting than that. My favorite location WAN show that we've done, I feel like it's probably the Japan one.
That was the one that I was going to say if I had to pick a favorite one. I had opened up a YouTube window so that I could search for WAN Japan, and then I came up with the better answer. That's hilarious. We're completely aligned on this. Love it.
It was so good. I don't remember what the title was or anything to try to find it.
But we were in the kimonos and everything. Here it is. Look at this. Look how much fun these guys are having. And Ed was passed out drunk behind the camera. It was great.
Yeah. Didn't he finish setting it up and then just fall over?
Basically, yeah. He fell asleep on the stairs.
Oh, it was so good. We forgot we had to do it, and then we were both like wicked tired, and it's probably the most tired we both were on one WAN show together.
Yeah, the collective tiredness factor was pretty high.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
That was awesome.
Hello, WAN.dll.
Hello back.
In much of my engineering work, flight test, there's a lot of working through good and sometimes weird tech requirements. What's one of the weirdest requirements you've had to work with?
You added the word tech,
I did.
Which ruined my answer.
I'm so sorry. I don't know where that came from, actually. Probably the test above it, because it's split on my monitor.
Most of the weird requirements that I usually have to work with are people imposed, not tech imposed.
Sorry. Sorry.
And I would say that the most frustrating ones usually come down to people not understanding the video production workflow. Like I remember this one AMD launch event. I think it was the 580. Was it the 580 or the 480? It was a Polaris-based card. Maybe it was the 480. And I remember they had us all in the briefing room, huge. Like there's probably like 80 to 100 tech reviewers and journalists and analysts and stuff in this room. And they go through this slideshow, and after it's done, I go, hey, I need the slides. And they go, well, we can only send you a watermarked version of the slides. And I go, okay, that doesn't work for me because the embargo lift is in 10 hours or whatever at 8 a.m. in the morning, and I have to now write and do video guidance and wait for my editor, and then I have to review this video for accuracy because it's a same day release, and then we have to encode it, and then we have to upload it, and then I have to merge it, and that is not a lot of time. So what I really need is I need the slides without watermarks right now so that we can not just dick around and we can just edit the freaking video. And they go, well, you can't have them because we're worried about leaks. And I go, brother, people had their cameras out in the presentation. It's literally already leaked. If you guys care that much, why don't you deal with the people? Go triangulate who the f*** was sitting there and go deal with them.
Which you can do.
I don't leak. So why is this my problem? Those are the kinds of issues where it's just like, dude, help me help you. Does it make any of us look good if our slides have ugly watermark Linus Tech Tips all over them? Do you look good? Do I look good? Do we look competent? Then, okay, what's the point of an NDA? I sign the NDA, you give me the information, I do my job, right? Help me do my job. And so I had to make it, I can't remember if it was director level or VP level that I had to go to get my fucking slides. Like, and it's just stuff like that, right? Where you just have to kind of go, like another really funny one is like you'll go into a really secure facility. You'll go into like a high privacy environment. I'm not going to name it because I don't feel like dealing with that. But you'll have some piece of equipment, like some scientific piece of equipment that's like, yeah, well, you can't shoot the logo, you know? And it's like, buddy, anyone who works in this industry knows what it is from looking at everything but the logo. So what are you even talking about?
Yeah.
Right? Like you're obscuring the brand of what it is. And it's like, yeah, but I can shoot the entire thing. I just have to blur the brand on it. Who are you trying to hide this from? Who are you concealing it from? The people who are like building this high-tech facility like you are, they know what it is from looking at it because there's only so many vendors that make, I don't know, let's throw something out, scanning electron microscopes, right? Like how many people make those? Okay, so they know what it is. And then everyone else, you're just withholding information and you're blurring up my video frame. So what was the point of this? It's all theater, right? So those are probably the most...
My favorite one was
challenging.
A brand that didn't let us document one of the machines, exactly what you're describing. Except later on, we looked up the YouTube channel for the company that made the machine, and there was a video on that channel of them delivering the machine to the company that we were at, and it shows the whole thing, the logos, the model name, everything's on there, and they're delivering it to, like, it's it's the most out there thing you could possibly imagine.
We did a tour at one point where there was this bizarre requirement that cost us probably at least half an hour to 45 minutes of just dicking around, where they didn't want us to show the ceiling of the space. We couldn't show the ceiling. Immediately on getting home, we went to their site, and there's just imagery all over their site that shows the ceiling of the space. And it's just like, buddy.
Of course.
Like, I just can't. The problem is that it's a lot of work to say yes. And it's a lot of risk because you're personally responsible for saying yes. People don't want responsibility and accountability. And I've talked about this extensively in the past. It's safe to say no. But people who say no are not doers of things. They don't accomplish anything. They're obstructions. They're people who, by the very definition of their nature, by saying no, they don't get things done. Whereas, I keep telling people, whether it's my kids or people on the team here, you got to live life by improv rules, which means you can't say no. You can say yes and. You have to find a path forward. You have to find a way to incorporate someone else's idea, someone else's concept. You have to find a way to add to it, rather than just block it.
It's not.
And
every time you say this, I like sort of agree, and then also totally don't. I think in like almost every scenario, it's viable. But if you push it to its extremes, it's like
anything pushed to the extremes
obviously
is wrong.
Limits. Yeah.
Yes, but just I think it's more looking at the overall pattern of behavior. Are you a no person, or are you a yes and person? Are you an enthusiastic co-contributor, or are you an obstruction? And sometimes you have to be an obstruction for the good of the organization, for the good of yourself, for the good of the person pitching the idea. Maybe they'd look terrible, and you got to save them, right?
Hey, I should jump off this bridge.
Like, no. Not yes and. Actually, yeah. Yes and
yes,
do it with a parachute.
Wear a parachute,
yeah.
Except you're untrained and don't know what you're doing and you're jumping by yourself.
Okay, fine. Yes and do it at a bungee jumping place. Like, if you want the thrill of jumping off a bridge, let's do it. Let's do it in a safe way.
The bungee jumping place doesn't service this bridge.
Well, apply for a permit with the city. And, hey, where there's a will, there's a way. I mean, what to Tom Cruise climb the Burj Khalifa? I mean, come on. You just got to be Tom Cruise. So dedicate the next couple decades of your life to becoming a movie star.
And being able to run very iconically.
I'm just saying, be a problem solver. In general.
In general.
Yes.
Yeah.
Join Scientology.
No. Sorry. No.
Get a center tooth.
Say yes and to that, Linus. How about that? Where's your
yes and infiltrate them from the
Dismantle
inside.
It from the inside. Okay.
Boom! Got him.
All right.
Yes.
And
and that's it. The mission accomplished. It was an impossible mission, but you did it.
Congrats. Up next.
Come on, I don't get anything for that?
Fine.
Thank you.
I proposed to my girlfriend last week. She said yes.
Yay!
And I got laid off a few days later.
Oh, I should have read this.
There was literally
and then I found a new job in a few days.
Yay!
And
What's
now
happening?
my old company wants me back.
No, them.
Have you ever had a similar roller coaster of emotions? I guess besides just now.
Oh yeah, definitely. The whole are we getting the channel, are we not getting the channel in the early days of LMG. I'm not going to tell the story again because we've told it pretty recently, but yes, I have experienced that level of emotional roller coaster. Whew.
Hey, LTT. Michael here.
Your mic.
Damn. Hey, LTT, long-time watcher, first-time writer. Love the always on-time WAN show and the vids. Out of curiosity, how are Linus's braces going? He said he chose those ones because they'd be off quicker.
Let me put it this way. When the brand found out that I was using them, they reached out about potentially collaborating. I sent them back a bunch of my feedback on the braces, and I haven't heard from them since.
I'm not surprised.
So that's where we're at. I am happy with the progress of my teeth moving. However, I am not thrilled with the kind of micro-abrasive surface of these ceramic brackets. And if anyone had told me that they sit prouder off the tooth than a traditional metal bracket, I would have gone for Invisalign or traditional train tracks. I would not have chosen these. They have caused significant internal damage to my mouth, and it's very difficult for it to heal because they are so sharp. Like it's not like it rubs, it's like it slices. It's unreal, especially the hook ones that are for like the elastics that go here and here. I have to get this. Like semi-permanent wax coating that they cure with a UV light on, basically from behind the canines all the way up on the top and bottom, in order for them to not just shred the insides of my mouth. And that's even after multiple times shredding and scar tissue and shredding and scar tissue. Like I had braces when I was younger, and my ortho did say that part of it is just being older now and not healing as fast. But I had train tracks when I was younger, and there's no way that they were this sharp. They just weren't. They're super sharp.
Hey, LLD. Linus, out of all the projects you've subjected your home to over the years, which ones had the most unforeseen consequences?
Light switches. My wife hates them so much. Like I could have said the pool water cooling loop, but I foresaw that could leak. Whereas the light switches and my whole family being irritated with me, I thought they were going to be a boon. I think we're working with Innovelli to do better ones soon. Yeah, stay tuned.
Hello, L to the L to the D. Yeah, I know, you know me. Linus, who is your favorite Bob's Burger character, and why is it Mr. Fishodor?
Oh, it's definitely not Mr. Fishodor. I like Calvin Fishodor, but favorite. Oh my God. I mean, I think Louise is probably my ADHD spirit animal. If I had to pick a Bob's Burger favorite character, she's amazing.
I finally built my first PC, 9070 XT with a 9070-100X. Whilst installing the NHD15, I slightly gouged the cold plate. Is this likely to affect cooling, or is there any way to test whether this is affecting my cooling?
It is very unlikely to affect cooling. The only time I would think it would be a concern is if you like gouged it enough that a bit of the metal has like peeled up and it's holding it away from the CPU. That's the only way that I'd really be concerned. A little scratch in the bottom of your heatsink. The whole like mirror finish thing is mostly for show. It's mostly about overall flatness of the mating surfaces.
Will the backpack magnetic chest strap return? I wanted to get another one for my commuter bag. P.S. I'm looking forward to reading the ABCs of Gaming to my daughter when she is born.
Congratulations.
Cheers.
Congrats.
I actually have no idea if the backpack magnetic chest strap is returning. Dan, is this one that we could maybe just forward to the CW team? And we could get them an answer that way?
Oh, they didn't put their email in there, so I will do that manually. By starting a group chat and then scheduling a message. Oh, no, wait. Adam. Okay, I'll just leave that one for there for now. Let's see. Love the show. With you discussing your recent flight, I was wondering, is there any new plane or airliner tech that you find interesting?
Oh man, that new supersonic. So cool. It like doesn't have
happening?
It doesn't have sonic booms. Yeah, no, it's like happening. They're like doing test flights and stuff, I thought. New supersonic. Who makes it? Is it what's their nuts? The one that's been struggling, Boeing. New supersonic passenger jet. No, it wasn't them, was it? The Boom Overture. Yeah, who makes this thing? I can't remember, but 60 to 80 passengers at speeds of Mach 1.7 over water and Mach 1.3 over land to minimize sonic booms. Is that right? Does that sound right, you guys? Yeah, if it ever makes it
crazy,
dude, right?
It looks like a dart.
It's so cool. Look at it go. So that's super cool. Oh, what's their nuts? Is it the 777X that has the like way better cabin pressure? So it's supposed to and better humidity. So it has higher humidity and more cabin pressure. So it's supposed to significantly reduce jet lag. Because part of jet lag is that you're in this like slightly deoxygenated environment with thinner air for an extended period of time, and also there's like no moisture in it because of the air recycling something, etc. Because they're bringing in that super high up air, and then they're mixing it with the. I read an article about how the internal cabin pressure and climate control works, and then I've kind of forgotten half of it. So take all of this for the sort of ignorant rambling that it is, but. Yeah, the 777X seems super cool. If they ever manage to freaking deliver any of them, good luck with that, Boeing. What else is really cool? Oh, the new Global's amazing. Global 8000, I think it is. Seriously, this thing is wild. 8,000 nautical miles, Mach 0.95, and look at it.
Bombardier.
This
one's automatically cooler.
I mean, look how cool this guy riding in it is.
I think his trust fund is pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know. This might be out of trust fund kitty price point range, Luke.
Yeah, this is like birthday present money.
This is no. This is I invested very well and made a lot of money. I'm a startup founder for sure. If I have one of these,
I found my Bitcoin hard drive.
Yeah, there. That's the one. Dan found his Bitcoin hard drive. Sorry, Dan. I think this one's 60 mil or so. I forget what a Global 8000 is worth. Starting price. Lots of cool stuff happening in aviation right now. Oh, okay. AI Overview says the starting price is approximately 78 million.
AI Overview? I thought you don't read those.
I do if it's the only option. A lot of the time, it's not like Bombardier puts a freaking MSRP on their site. So you just have to kind of hope that someone was talking about it somewhere. Wikipedia has 71 million in 2014. But wait, that doesn't make any sense. The 8000 is new. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Luna,
you gonna trust that AI Overview?
You know what? Who's Luna Jets? Who are you? Yeah, whatever. Okay, so these guys are what, like a charter something? Control F $. It is expected to enter service in 2025 and comes with a list price of 78 million. Okay, these guys seem maybe somewhat credible. I don't know though. That's all I got. I've never actually contacted Bombardier.
Yet.
What I have done is wear this. That was interesting today.
Wow. The heck was that?
I walked through that chute. I just don't ask questions anymore.
One of the new writers.
Got flashed.
One of the new writers.
That's what we
He's
call...
got some ideas.
That's what we call company perks. All right, up next. Linus has no reaction. Hey, Limes, Lonk, and Dawn. I've been hearing a little about GPMI cable that's being developed in China to replace the USB-C standard. Any thoughts? Thanks in advance.
I thought it was a display cable.
HDMI replacement. I had a Google about this earlier.
HDMI DisplayPort and USB-C replacement.
So cool.
It sounds super cool.
Yeah, this is. I'm pretty sure we actually talked about this on WAN like quite a while ago.
Yeah, we did. So there's Type B with the proprietary connector, 480 watts, 192 gigabit per
Ridiculous.
second. And then there's the one that uses the USB-C connector, but USB has so much inertia. Like I don't see it. Chinese, over 50 Chinese member companies, including Huawei, Skyworth, Hisense, and TCL. Like, okay, but you are actually going to need companies outside of China to sign on to this thing if you want it to be a global standard. And man, it would suck if Chinese tech had its own like standard for how things plug in that just like didn't work anywhere else in the world. That would be a downer. Like, how could I buy my giant TCL TV from China for like $9,000 less than the one that I would have to buy in North America if it used a different display interface? Luke, and think of the spoiled, overgrown children. Won't somebody please think of them?
A Bombardier is. How are the other colors of cargo pants coming along?
I don't know.
Were
Did you see
even
that
doing
picture of that dude that dyed his?
I did. That was
It
so
actually
cool.
looked really good.
Yeah.
It looked awesome.
Hold on. Here it is. I used RIT dye.
Yeah,
Damn.
those actually look really sharp.
Looking fly, buddy. So there you go. The progress is do it yourself. What are you, lazy? No, we're working on navy blue. I just don't know when it's coming. I'd have to check the doc. Feel free to do other things while I do that.
Sure. Did I have one in here for Luke? No. Well, I mean, Luke could answer this. Hi, LLD. Would you ever want to voice act in anything? A new game, Dispatch, has many prominent YouTubers like Charlie, Moist Critical. What would your dream role be?
I'd be so down.
I've actually said this before. I would love to. I don't think I have a great voice for it personally, but I would love to do it.
Oh, better than mine.
I don't know.
You could be one of those like
there's-
sidekicks. Like you could do a claptrap or something.
Why are you mean? What did I do to you today?
I think that's actually just a fireable offense to say that.
That's so mean. You might as well call me Jar Jar.
I was gonna say there's characters that have
Hey, you
playable
didn't write
mice.
them. You didn't write them. It's not your fault.
Yeah, I would love to. Yeah, I don't know what kind of. I don't know. Probably something angry. I have no idea. Down for whatever though. Would be great. I hope it happens someday. I've thought about trying to do like an audiobook at some time. I thought that would be kind of neat.
Film too. Multiple times I have thought that it was going to happen, even going as far as shooting a part. But it's never happened. I don't even need to be paid. It would just be kind of fun to be like the like tech guy who, goes to try to fix your computer and is like, sorry, it's busted. Whatever. Like, or I don't even have to say the line. You could just I could be standing behind the counter in like a Geek Squad alike, and you could hand me your laptop and I would just turn around and take it into the back or something. I'd be so down for a bit part.
People are suggesting that I do this. I don't know why. You should consider an audiobook version of the ABCs of gaming.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Hasn't really sold that well though, especially recently. I don't know if it would be. I don't know if enough people care. It'd be cool though.
Be kind of neat.
Oh yeah, here we go. Cargo pants, 2 new colors. Q1 26. That's the plan, but nothing's a guarantee when it's like 4 months away.
Hey, WAN.dll. How's the tactics run going? Just wrapped up my 100% achievement run and loved every second of it.
Nice. I'm on Tactician, and I'm stuck on the fight with what's his nuts with the stupid ice gun that is the second before the last. And I think that I'm feeling pretty down about it because I screwed up and I got a couple of my flame shields broken. And so my plan was to use my calculator to just cast fire on everyone and use that to heal up my side and then also nuke the other side and just kind of cheese it that way. But because I lost like 2 of my flame shields in one of the previous encounters, I don't have enough of them for the rest of my squad. So I've played a couple times and gotten my butt absolutely handed to me because on Tactician, every opponent gets super juiced up HP and damage, and I get nerfed damage. And so all these like stupid dragons just rip through me. Like basically everyone's a one hit, sometimes like one hit on multiple of my guys, and then jackass with the stupid ice gun just disables my guys and does whatever he wants from across the map. So I don't think I'm equipped properly, which means I have to go back like 2 fights. I have to lose 2 fights worth, or 2 or 3 fights worth of progress, and then like go back to the shop and grind some stuff and then go back. So I'm a little stuck right now, but maybe I can find a way to cheese it. I'm not sure.
Love the look of the new hoodie. Anno 117. What's your thoughts? Watched much content about it? I'm really looking forward to it.
I haven't played the demo. I haven't watched much content. I'll play it when it comes out, but I've been playing Final Fantasy Tactics recently.
Beep bop boop. Aside from CPUs and headphones coming soon, what other labs categories might be coming eventually? And will labs do articles/testing for certain items outside of these categories regularly?
We already do labs articles outside of those categories, and we will. Doing labs articles specifically within the categories that we support is not a goal of labs articles at all. It's also not a goal to not do articles about categories that we do support. We just do articles when we think it makes sense to do articles. If we're inspired to ask a question or if something is particularly interesting, we'll make an article for it. That's it. In regards to future verticals beyond the ones I've already said are coming, I don't really want to commit to those because plans could change.
We'll try not to overpromise and underdeliver on labs.
Yeah.
Again.
But yeah. Sorry, I know that's somewhat of a non-answer. I am very excited about this stuff, and there's been some really, really cool progress made. I just really don't want to overpromise.
We've been burned pretty hard by overextending on labs, and our goal is to stay the course, stick to the original vision, which is to have data-backed, very entertaining tech content across many channels. That is still the direction for the company. But we're just going to have to, instead of doing it out in public where, our attack surfaces are larger, we're just kind of doing it a little more quietly.
Hey, LLD, using that discounted gift card now instead of saving it. Thoughts on YouTube making greater than 2 times playback speed a premium only feature? Seems kind of silly to me, but maybe it's a bandwidth thing.
I think it's more that it's a thing that most people don't need. And so if you're one of those special snowflakes that needs this like super, super, super fast playback speed, then from their perspective, it's like, okay, well then you can just pay for premium is what I would guess. It's the kind of thing that most people would not be up in arms over them paywalling. So therefore they have the flexibility to do it. Whether that's, a right kind of logic, I don't know. That I leave open for debate, but it's clear that there won't be an overwhelming amount of public pressure on them to make this a free feature. So they don't have to, would be my guess.
Yeah. I don't think that it's for bandwidth reasons. My reason for that is because if you watch a video faster and you're like min-maxing things like that, you're probably a YouTube enjoyer. And if you're a YouTube enjoyer and you watch a video faster, you're probably going to watch another video faster. And the more videos you watch, the more ads you're served. And realistically, as much as our audience is extremely high population ad block users, during the ad block fiasco. There was a lot of channels that didn't look like they got affected almost at all. And I think that's probably most of YouTube, to be honest.
That's me.
Got a bonus at work.
Buzz.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Got a bonus at work and am treating myself to some LTT merch and a new gaming rig.
Nice.
Early on, what was a treat yourself moment as a parent? I tend to spend more on the kids when I have extra cash.
Probably my most exciting and fulfilling treat myself when I was very early in my parenting days was an Nvidia Shield portable, which originally was just called, back in those days was just called Nvidia Shield. Let me see if I can bring up some images of it. Here, Linus. Boom. Nope, not tablet. Nope, not that. What is this? Okay, hold on. Okay, you know what? Hold on one second. I was at, wait, yeah, we can say where we were in California, right, Luke? The one we went to together?
Think so.
Yeah, there's going to be a video, hopefully. I was at Nvidia recently, and I think it was you I pointed it out to, the shipping label on something that was addressed to ENVIDIA.
I thought it was IN.
Was it? Okay, it was something. It had a letter before the N. And I thought that was cute. Anywho, NVIDIA Project Shield. Man, look at baby Linus 12 years ago. Look at this thing. This thing is so cool. Android handheld. This was the first time we saw in-home game streaming using the encoder on your gaming system's GPU to play games at 720p on your little handheld Android device. And I played all of the Tomb Raider reboot, like the first game, on that handheld, all of it. I never got to touch my desktop because I was always dealing with the kids or holding a kid or doing something to do with the kid or work because I had a young company too. And finding ways to still be able to enjoy the hobbies that you used to have when you have kids is, okay, did I really spend it on myself? Yes, sort of, but also only because of the kids. Otherwise, I could have just sat at my computer. So that was a treat yourself. And then I also treated myself to a really nice pair of headphones that I'm actually still using today, back in the early days of having kids, my Sennheiser HD600s. Although DMS tells me that Sennheiser has made a candidate for me to replace them with. I haven't tried them yet, though.
Do you have those yet?
No, I don't.
My goodness, man.
I think I tried them. Can't remember.
I heard they're great. Looking forward to it.
Price to performance.
Yeah.
Obscene.
Cool.
Hello, when.dll. So the same. Linus, when your sleep schedule is as bad as it's been this week, how do you recenter and get back on track? Asking for me and my very stressed brain.
You just don't have the luxury of not being on track. And I know that's kind of a bullshit answer that you don't really want to hear, but it's kind of the same. Like I don't know. I had this conversation very recently at an on-site event, and I didn't shake hands with anybody. I just like fist bumped, and they were just like, yeah, I don't know. I prefer the elbow bump or the fist bump too, but I just always feel pressured to shake hands. And I'm just like, yeah, well, there is no getting pressured to shake hands. I can't afford to be sick. Like, I don't have time to be sick. I don't have time to have my brain not centered. So what I do when I'm crossing like large time zone differences is I'll manage my sleep so that I do an extremely long day, so that when I get to where I am wiped at bedtime. And then you set an alarm. You don't have a choice. You have to get up in the morning. You make sure you spend time outside. Exercise is really good. And that's it. There just isn't another option. And I'm sorry, that's the best answer I have, because it's not fun. I don't want to do it. But for so many years, like if I'm sick or I'm out of commission, like even, man, when I came back from Asia just now, I technically had like 2 days booked off, but like I ended up working a lot of them. because I just don't really have that luxury. So I still timed my sleep so that I would be up during the day the very next day.
Yeah.
PC Master Rays says, please cover this more. There's no more that I can really say about it. But other than, you just gotta be motivated. How about you, Luke?
What was the core question again?
Oh shoot, Dan archived it.
How do you get your brain realigned after having bad sleeps, basically?
Oh.
He wants tips for his very stressed brain. It makes Luke laugh harder. Yeah.
It's just like I don't know. I don't think I like almost ever have a sleep schedule that's like even sort of reasonable. So it's just sort of a constant state. I try to do the best I can. It feels like every time that I'm on a really good streak, I just get destroyed by something that there was like no way I could foresee and no way I could avoid other than just deeply shirking responsibilities, which I'm not going to do.
Yeah, he'd never sleep past like a flight departure time or anything.
Hey, it's been a long time.
That's true.
It's actually been a long time.
It's actually true.
I don't know what was going on back then, man. I would sleep through so many alarms. It's not really, it is a problem still, but it's very, very rare. And it used to be like horrible. Yeah, I don't know. You just kind of get through it. Obviously, you'll be rough that day. Try to not let it chain. The biggest thing for me is don't let it happen 2 days in a row. Don't have a really bad sleep 2 days in a row, because I can often tank 1 day of it, but the second it chains even once, it's like a huge problem. Yeah, I don't know. And understand that you are operating almost certainly at effectively a lower IQ when you're like significantly lacking sleep.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, they see it on WAN Show once in a while with both of us.
Yep.
We get like actually
it's like real
kind of dumb.
Yep. It's and that's like just obviously not a good thing in any scenario. So like just try to avoid it. It's a problem for me. I don't know. Actively
I don't know. I think we should huff
Yeah.
more paint and lower our IQs. I don't know. I think I've talked to you about this, but I genuinely think that kind of dumber people seem happier in general.
Oh, no, that's a proven.
Like they just seem like they don't have the burden of understanding what's going on. And it seems like it's just kind of easier for them to just chill and be kind of happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy for them, but not really, because I understand what's going on. All right, what's next?
Hi, LLD. What did you think about the Android XR? And great video with Luke and the Vision Pro.
I don't know, man. It feels like Samsung just will desperately clone anything that Apple makes, no matter how stupid it is. Like the Vision Pro was such a colossal commercial failure that I'm surprised they even bothered to bring the Android XR to market. But yeah, good luck with that.
Dear LLD.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Wait. No, hold on. I thought this was the Galaxy XR. Hold on. Android XR. You mean the operating system for it?
Yeah, I think it was separate from the VR thing.
Oh, sorry.
perhaps.
Okay. As for Android XR, I've never tried it. I've never actually tried it. I just thought it was really funny that Apple made a product that nobody really wants, and then immediately Samsung had to make one. It just, some things never change. The more they change, the more they stay the same.
I also want to say I did see the comments on my video, and I appreciate it a lot. I read all of them. I still think it's strange that people care that much, but I appreciate it. It was heartwarming because and you just said you thought the video was good. I thought the video was bad. I was expecting it to get trashed, and then everyone was like, "Oh, it's cool." So that was
I think just as a VR enthusiast who hasn't really played around with the Vision Pro much, it was really cool to hear your perspective. Like
you watched it?
I watched about the first 4 minutes, and I was like, yeah, this is chill. And then I was done reading comments by then. So then I moved on. But I liked the vibe. It was good. It was good energy.
Yeah.
Like, it was cool.
I had fun filming it.
And that's the key. Like,
Yeah.
that's everything.
Like, genuinely had a pretty good time filming it, which was a little bit surprising to me as well. It felt strange for me because I haven't done short circuits. That was my first actual short circuit.
Yeah, it's just LTT, but like the old style, so whatever.
But so old. So like it was like kind of familiar, but in a weird way. Where like I didn't do that form of LTT for that long. I did scripted for a higher percentage of my. Oh, you've been making it for yeah. But then you started doing short circuits. I don't know. It was weird. It felt familiar, but like I was doing something wrong at the same time. If that makes sense. Like as I was talking about things, I was like, man, I should be more prepared for this. I should like have used this for a while, and then I had to keep reminding myself, like, no, that's the point of the channel.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's like it was weird. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways.
Dear LLD, Linus is a retired professional painter. What is the correct surface finish of paint I should get, eggshell or satin, for striped paint?
Okay, so I had to look this up. It turns out striped paint is a meme, and I'm getting debated. I'm very confused. r/explain the joke. Striped paint is a nonsensical product that doesn't exist. So very funny. But yeah, there would be no way to do this. That is not a thing. Good try, but I'm not triggered. Only a little. Just a little bit.
Could you alternate finishes between the stripes? If you were taking this more seriously.
I mean, yeah, you could. Like, I could see it would actually give you kind of a cool effect because it would make the flatter one look more like it's kind of in the background, and then the glossier one would look like it kind of pops a little bit more, and it would catch the light a little bit more. So you could do that.
What about checkered paint?
Dan,
Tartan paint?
tartan? What does tartan even mean? Is that a sauce? Sauce for fish? Tartan paint. What am I looking at here? What?
It's a pattern.
What is this? Is this an English thing?
No.
r/ask
Tartan is
he gets
just...
given a tub of red paint with tartan written on the lid.
Tartan is
then
just
when the
a
boss opens
pattern.
It, the apprentice gets a licking for shaking the what? Oh, like on a Scottish kilt.
That's the pattern, yeah, tartan.
Yeah, tartan paint. What is all these like paint memes?
I wasn't even memeing with that one. Anywho, the last one I've got for you. I'm tired too. Hey, DLL question for Linus. What's one decision LMG made that you didn't like, but ultimately proved to be good in the end?
Didn't like. I mean, what I didn't like?
I can think of at least one.
Okay, hit me.
You're not going to like it.
Well, I mean, but it ended up being good in the end, though?
I think so.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah, hit me.
Not using Go XLRs on WAN.
Oh. Okay. In the end is doing a lot of heavy lifting here, though, because in the interim, it would have been pretty great for a long time that we had a lot of audio issues that could have been solved through it while we perfected this system.
You got to learn things, dude.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what you had in here before.
Oh my God, it was a nightmare.
It was some 8-channel something.
Oh God, it was a nightmare.
It was like a laptop on a cart.
It worked for 1 week. And then like they came and like helped us set it up, and that was really great, and it was awesome, and it worked, and then it didn't work ever again because I am too dumb to fix it. Basically.
Didn't fix it either.
Yeah, well.
WAN Show's cursed, dude.
Yeah.
WAN Show's cursed.
I got rid of the goats. I got rid of the ghosts.
Yeah, Dan operating it seems to be working, which is great. But I would go home back when I was streaming and stream a bunch the entire week and never have an issue ever. Just click go live and everything would work perfectly. And then I'd come to work and we'd try to do WAN and it would never work. And I would try to fix it as the person who streamed all week, no problem, and could never fix it. It didn't matter. We could replace the entire system, replace all the audio, replace the entire computer, all the software, reinstall everything.
To be fair, I
broken.
think the ghosts moved to Sebastian's workstation. We've changed it many, many times.
Yeah.
Did you see the picture of his like Teams like the Teams icon on his taskbar was upside down, which I didn't even know was a thing that was possible. I don't know if he's memeing on me, but like ghosts.
Yeah, at what point are you just getting trolled?
I don't think he has the bone in his body to do that. But wow, that poor man. So 10 years of ghosts went over to him.
All right. I think that's it for this week. We will see you guys again next week. Same bad time. Maybe a little earlier next week. Could we manage a little earlier next week?
We can definitely manage a little earlier next week. Let's
do
aim
it
for that.
Same bad channel.
Bye.
Seriously, that's the one there. War NT. It's so lonely.